Beloved, you've been standing in front of your mirror all your life, but no one told you the truth. That mirror isn't just reflecting your face, it's reflecting your fortune. Every word you speak in front of it becomes a living seed planted in the garden of your reality. Most people wake up and curse their lack. They look into the mirror and repeat the same silent worries. I don't have enough. I'm not good enough. I don't know how I'll make it. But today, I am here to break that spell. Because the moment you change how you speak to your reflection, the universe will change how it responds to you. When you speak to your mirror, you are not speaking to glass. You are speaking to the infinite power within you. And if you dare to speak prosperity, wealth will dare to appear. If you declare abundance, the world has no choice but to obey your command. Today, I will show you how to use the mirror as your sacred stage, how to make your spoken word a magnet for miracles. So stay with me, because once you understand this hidden law, you will never again walk in lack. You will become the architect of your wealth. Beloved, I want you to understand a truth that the world has long forgotten. Your mirror is not merely glass. It is a sacred doorway, a portal between the visible and the invisible, the seen and the unseen. Every morning when you stand before your reflection, you are not just looking at your face. You are looking at the raw substance of the universe, waiting for your command. Most people glance into their mirror and see only their flaws, their past mistakes, or the burdens of yesterday. But you, dear soul, are about to do something different. You will speak into that mirror and mold your destiny, because the substance that forms your life is shaped by the power of your spoken word. When you speak, you are not merely making sounds. You are sending out vibrations that ripple through the ethers, commanding form and substance to obey. The mirror reflects what you declare, not what you fear. This is why your words must be chosen with divine precision. When you declare abundance, the substance of prosperity begins to take shape. When you affirm success, invisible forces align to bring you the results you have spoken. You are the sculptor of your life, and the mirror is your canvas. It does not create by itself. It waits patiently for the artist you to breathe life into it through the sacred vibration of your words. And what you declare with conviction becomes law in your world. So I ask you, what words have you been painting upon your reflection? Words of lack? Words of worry? Every time you say, I don't have enough, the mirror listens and echoes that back into your life. But today, you will change that. Today, you will stand before your mirror and declare, I am the rich child of a loving Father. Abundance is my birthright. Every word I speak multiplies the good in my life. This is not empty repetition. This is the divine law of spoken word in action. You are not begging the universe for scraps. You are commanding your inheritance with the authority of spiritual law. The mirror becomes your gateway, a stage where your affirmations become living, breathing creations. Every time you speak prosperity into your reflection, you are activating the law of expectancy. You are telling the universe, I expect riches, I expect success, I expect divine favor. And the universe, bound by divine law, must meet you at the level of your expectation. Do not be deceived by appearances. Even if your bank account shows lack, your mirror shows limitless supply. Even if the world tells you, no, your mirror will reflect, yes. If you declare it, for substance responds to your faith, not to your fears. When you declare into the mirror, say, I see myself surrounded by divine opulence. Money flows to me through expected and unexpected channels. Every word I speak is a golden thread weaving my prosperity. Look into your own eyes as you speak. Feel the vibration of those words settling into your being. Remember, beloved, your mirror has no will of its own. It reflects what you give it. If you give it fear, it will mirror fear. If you give it faith, it will mirror faith. If you give it words of power, it will mirror a life of power. Every morning, make this a sacred ritual. Stand before your mirror, Place your hand upon your heart and declare, divine substance flows through me now. My reflection is the image of wealth, health, and perfect self-expression. I am aligned with the infinite supply of the universe. The moment you do this, invisible channels open. Opportunities begin to form where there were none. Money begins to circulate toward you. People and situations align in perfect harmony with your spoken word. For the word is the vibration, and the vibration becomes the thing. Never underestimate the power of this simple act. You are not just affirming, you are authoring your life. You are writing new scripts upon the ethers, and life will perform the play exactly as you have written it. So tomorrow morning, do not just glance at your reflection. Stand tall, speak boldly, and remember this truth. Your mirror is not glass. It is the doorway to your prosperity. Every word you speak is a key. Turn it and walk into your divine inheritance. Most people stand before their mirror and wait for life to change. They wait for circumstances to improve. But beloved, let me reveal a divine secret. The mirror is not waiting on life. Life is waiting on you. The reflection you see is not the cause of your reality. It is the effect of your beliefs. Every word you speak to that reflection sends out a decree into the ethers, commanding substance to take form. You do not speak to beg, you speak to create. The mirror is not glass. It is your personal altar where you sculpt the life you desire. But here's what most fail to understand. The mirror doesn't care what you feel. It cares what you declare. You may feel fear, doubt, or frustration, but the moment you speak words of power, those vibrations begin to override the old patterns. You are not required to feel wealthy before you speak wealth. You are required to speak wealth until you feel wealthy. The feelings will follow the vibration of your word. Every morning, I want you to look into your own eyes and boldly declare, I am wealth, I am success, I am divinely irresistible to every good thing. The reflection may not change immediately, but the universe will. For every word you speak is a spiritual hammer, breaking down walls of limitation that the world has built around you. You see, the world taught you to be a passive observer, waiting for things to get better. But divine law is not passive, it is active. You are not an observer, you are the architect. The mirror becomes your workshop, and every declaration is a brick laid upon the foundation of your future. Let me give you a revelation that will awaken your soul. The mirror is alive, not in the way you've been taught to see it, but in the spiritual realm. It is a receiver and amplifier of your spoken word. When you speak with authority, the mirror magnifies that energy and reflects it back into the fabric of your reality. Most people waste this sacred moment by repeating their complaints. They look into the mirror and mutter, I'm tired, I'm broke, I don't know how I'll make it. And the mirror, bound by spiritual law, must magnify and return those declarations. But you, my dear, are about to turn this around. You will no longer speak lack into the mirror. You will speak life. Say this every morning. I am a magnet for divine wealth. Every atom of my being vibrates with prosperity. I am connected to the infinite source of supply, and I receive abundantly now. Feel how the vibration shifts as you speak these words. You are not waiting for results. You are creating them. Remember, your words are not empty affirmations. They are spiritual blueprints. Every syllable you release is building the architecture of your future. The mirror holds no judgment, no opinion. It simply reflects back the vibration you imprint upon it. And here's a secret few dare to believe. You can reprogram the entire trajectory of your life by speaking 5 minutes of truth into your mirror daily. The universe does not require endless hours of work. It requires unwavering faith in the power of your word. Do not wait for the world to give you permission to prosper. Your permission is spoken in the mirror. The moment you declare, I am wealthy beyond measure, the universe must rearrange itself to match that decree. It cannot do otherwise, for it is law. So tomorrow morning, stand before your mirror not as a victim of circumstances, but as the divine creator you are.
Hey.
Look into your own eyes and command your day. Opportunities are magnetized to me. Money flows to me with ease. Every word I speak manifests with divine precision. Feel the energy build with every repetition. See the mirror not as a reflection of who you were, but as a preview of who you are becoming. Your words are the pen, the mirror is the canvas. Your life is the masterpiece. Beloved, you are no longer a passive reflection. You are the living word made manifest. Speak boldly, declare fearlessly, for when you speak to your mirror with power, you are not just changing what you see, you are changing what the world must deliver to you. Beloved, let me reveal to you a mystery so profound, it will awaken the riches that have been sleeping within you. The reflection you see is not what you are, it is what you believe. The mirror is not showing you your destiny, it is showing you your decisions. Every line on your face, every glance of worry, every sigh of frustration is not the verdict of life. It is the echo of your past thoughts. But the divine gift is this: the moment you change what you declare, the mirror must change what it reflects. Most people think change happens from the outside in. They believe that if they earn more, love more, or achieve more, then the reflection will improve. But that is the great illusion. Change happens from the inside out. The outer world bows in submission to the declarations you make in front of your mirror. When you stand before your reflection, understand that you are facing not your history but your canvas. You are the artist, the sculptor, the creator of what appears. If you see lack, you have the power to paint abundance. If you see fear, you can command faith. Speak these words to your reflection with authority. I am the image and likeness of infinite wealth. My reflection is not my past. It is my prophecy. Every time you declare this, you are breaking the chains of old beliefs that have kept you in cycles of lack and limitation. You see, beloved, the mirror is not responding to your appearance. It is responding to your vibration, and your vibration is crafted by the words you boldly speak. When you declare wealth, you are not describing what is. You are commanding what must become. This is not hope. This is law. Do not wait for feelings to catch up. Speak the words first, and feelings will follow the trail of your vibration. The world says, see it, then believe it. But divine law declares, believe it, and you will see it. The mirror is your ally. It does not argue, it does not resist, it obeys. Every morning, look deep into your own eyes and say, I am the rich child of a wealthy universe. I declare my inheritance now. Money, success, and favor are magnetized to me because I command them into form. The moment you speak, invisible forces begin to move. Channels of supply open. The ethers shift to match your declaration. But here's the secret that makes this teaching unlike anything the world has told you. It is not enough to say the words. You must know the words. You must speak with the inner conviction that you are the authority in your world. When you say, I am wealthy, you are not asking for approval. You are issuing a spiritual decree. Beloved, you are not a beggar in the temple. You are the high priestess of your reality. Your mirror is the sacred altar where your words create worlds. When you declare abundance, you are not wishing, you are authoring. You are programming the very energy that forms your tomorrows. This is why I say to you, do not let a single morning pass where you stand before your mirror and remain silent. Your silence is consent to the old patterns. Your words are the sword that cuts through the illusions of lack. Look into that mirror with the eyes of faith and say, I am the architect of my prosperity. I do not wait for conditions. I create conditions. Every word I speak is a command to the universe, and it obeys me now. Feel the energy rise within you. Feel how the mirror begins to soften, to listen, to reflect not the history of who you've been, but the prophecy of who you are becoming. Your mirror is not a judge, it is a servant, and it serves the master who dares to speak. Remember this truth. Life does not give you what you want, it gives you what you declare with faith. The mirror is your rehearsal, your sacred ground to plant the seeds of every rich harvest you desire. So from this day forward, when you stand before your reflection, do not ask for change. Command it. Declare it, speak it. For you are no longer a passive observer, you are the divine creator, shaping life with every word you speak into that sacred glass. Beloved, there is a reason why so many strive and yet so few thrive. The world has taught you that money is earned by effort, by struggle, by endless toil. But I am here to awaken you to a higher law, a law so simple, yet so powerful, it will make you question everything you've been told. Money does not respond to your hard labor, it responds to your vibration. You may work long hours, chase opportunities, and exhaust yourself trying to earn your worth. But as long as your vibration whispers lack, the universe can only echo back scarcity. You cannot outwork a belief of unworthiness, but you can out-declare it. You can out-speak it. You can stand before your mirror and vibrate a new reality into existence. The mirror does not care how many hours you worked yesterday. It does not tally your struggles or sympathize with your hardships. It responds to the energy of your words, the commanding tone of your spoken decrees. If you whisper, "I am tired, I am broke," the mirror magnifies that into your world. But when you stand tall and declare, "I am the embodiment of infinite wealth," the mirror amplifies that frequency and sends it forth into the ethers. Most people try to change their outer world by moving furniture on the stage. They adjust circumstances, chase different jobs, or seek new opportunities, believing that success is found out there. But you, my dear, have been given a higher tool, the words spoken in faith. The mirror is not the stage. It is the control room, and your voice is the switch. Say these words to your reflection and feel the shift. I am a magnet for divine riches. Money is drawn to my energy with ease, joy, and certainty. Do not merely recite them, declare them. Feel them vibrate through your being, for it is not the mere saying of words that activates wealth, it is the vibration beneath them. Remember this truth, beloved. Money is vibration in motion. It flows to where it is welcomed, celebrated, and expected. When you vibrate in lack, you repel it. When you vibrate in abundance, you attract it effortlessly. The mirror is your amplifier. It magnifies the frequency you imprint upon it and sends it out into the world. You may say, "But Florence, I do not feel wealthy. How can I declare what feels untrue?" And I say to you, declare it until it becomes true. You do not wait for a seed to sprout before you water it. You nourish it with words, knowing the harvest is inevitable. Speak wealth into your reflection, until wealth has no choice but to appear. Every morning, make it your sacred practice to look into your own eyes and say, "I am the channel through which divine riches flow. I am aligned with the infinite abundance of the universe. Money comes to me easily, frequently, and abundantly." Feel how the mirror begins to soften. Feel how the invisible barriers of limitation start to dissolve. For every time you declare wealth into your reflection, you are commanding the ethers to rearrange, to reorganize, to deliver. It is not your job to figure out how the money will come. It is your job to declare that it must. The how belongs to the divine. The declaration belongs to you. This is the law. Do not allow appearances to deceive you. Even if your physical eyes see lack, your spiritual eyes must see plenty, and the mirror becomes the meeting place where faith overrides facts. Speak into it daily, and the facts will be forced to obey your faith. Say,
I am irresistible to wealth. My words are divine magnets that pull prosperity into my life. You are not speaking to empty glass. You are speaking into the substance of creation itself. The mirror is where your vibration becomes visible, where the unseen becomes seen. Beloved, you are not chasing money. You are aligning with it. You are not working for supply. You are speaking to supply. Every word is a command. Every declaration is a decree. Every vibration is a magnetic call that money must answer. From this day forward, do not waste a single glance into the mirror. Make every moment a ritual of wealth creation, for when you speak to your reflection with power, money has no choice but to obey your vibration.
Beloved, let me ask you a question that will awaken your soul. What are you truly expecting when you look into your mirror? Are you expecting to see lack? Are you expecting to see the same life repeating itself? Or are you daring to expect a miracle? You see, the law of expectancy does not begin with conditions. It does not wait for the world to give you a sign. It begins the moment you speak with faith, even when evidence is nowhere to be found. When you stand before your mirror, you are not just facing your reflection. You are facing the infinite creative field that molds your life. The mirror is not a dead object. It is a living, breathing energy amplifier. It listens, it magnifies, and it responds not to your wishes, but to your expectations. Most people speak their desires with their lips, but in their hearts they expect disappointment. They say, "I am abundant," but in the hidden chambers of their mind, they whisper, "I hope this works." But beloved, the universe does not respond to hope. It responds to certainty. Faith is the blueprint. Expectancy is the key that unlocks it. When you stand before your mirror, you must become a master of expectancy. You must look into your own eyes and declare, "The riches of the universe are flowing to me now, and I expect them with joyful anticipation." The moment you speak with this kind of faith, the mirror becomes electrified. The energy shifts. The vibration intensifies. You are no longer sending out random words. You are transmitting a divine order. Let me share with you a spiritual secret. Expectation is the magnetic charge behind your words. Without it, your affirmations are like arrows shot without aim. But when you expect your words to manifest, you are shooting arrows dipped in gold, and they will always find their target. Say to your reflection, "Every word I speak is a seed, and I expect a bountiful harvest. I do not wonder if it will come. I know it will." As you speak, feel the surge of energy rise within you. Feel how the mirror, once a cold surface, becomes a dynamic channel where your expectations are molded into visible reality. Here's what makes this practice so unique. The mirror is your rehearsal stage for life. Every time you declare with expectancy, you are rehearsing the life you desire, and life must perform it accordingly. The law of expectancy does not ask if you are ready, it obeys the vibration you radiate now. You must understand, beloved, that expectancy is not passive, it is an active force. It is the spiritual certainty that what you speak will come to pass because it already exists in the invisible realm. You are not creating from scratch. You are calling forth that which has always been yours. Do not be swayed by appearances. Even if the world shows you emptiness, your mirror must reflect fullness if you expect it. Say to yourself, "I expect wealth. I expect success. I expect divine surprises today." These are not mere hopes. They are spiritual contracts you are signing with your words. Every morning, I want you to turn your mirror into an expectancy ritual. Stand tall, breathe deeply, and declare, "I am the embodiment of divine expectancy. My words are seeds. My expectancy is the rain. My harvest is guaranteed." Feel how powerful you become when you align your words with unwavering expectation. The ethers begin to move. Invisible channels of abundance start to open. The mirror which once seemed lifeless becomes a transmitter of your desires. Beloved, you are not at the mercy of chance. You are the author of your outcomes. The mirror will always reflect the vibration you dare to expect. When you expect greatness, greatness will expect you. So from this moment on, do not just speak to your reflection. Expect a response. Expect doors to open. Expect wealth to flow. Because the law of expectancy begins. Not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect, but the very instant you speak with faith-filled conviction. Beloved, there is a silent enemy that has been hiding in plain sight, a shadow that has followed you every morning when you look into your mirror. It is not your reflection, it is the old pattern of lack, whispering stories of limitation, scarcity, and unworthiness. But I am here to tell you a truth, so powerful it will break that chain forever. The mirror only reflects what you permit it to reflect. And the moment you speak truth into your reflection, those patterns of lack dissolve like mist in the morning sun. You see, these patterns of limitation are not permanent. They are merely habitual echoes, thoughts you've repeated so often they began to feel like facts. But they are not facts. They are illusions sustained only by your agreement. The moment you withdraw your agreement, the illusion collapses. How do you withdraw that agreement? You speak truth. You declare abundance into the very face of lack. You stand before your mirror and proclaim a reality so bold, the old patterns have no choice but to vanish. Let me give you an example so simple, yet so powerful, it will awaken your understanding. There was a woman who stood before her mirror every morning, sighing at the sight of her worn-out purse. She would murmur, "I'm always broke, I can never keep money." And the mirror, obedient as it is, magnified that declaration back into her life. Bills piled up. Opportunities slipped through her fingers. But one day she decided to change the script. She stood before the same mirror, looked into her eyes, and declared with power, "I am a magnet for divine wealth. Every penny I spend returns to me multiplied. Money loves to stay with me." She did not feel rich at first, but she kept declaring, and the mirror, bound by spiritual law, began to reflect her new belief. Within days, unexpected checks arrived. A friend offered her a business opportunity. Discounts and surprises flowed into her life. The same mirror that once reflected lack now became the altar where her wealth was born. The difference was not in her purse. It was in her word. Beloved, you must understand, your mirror does not care about your past. It only cares about the command you give it now. Every morning, when you stand before your reflection, you are given a choice to echo old patterns of lack or to declare a new reality of abundance. When you speak truth, you are not just making affirmations, you are uprooting weeds of limitation that have lingered in your subconscious for years. You are pulling them out by the root with every bold declaration. Say to your reflection, "I cancel every false belief of lack. I am now aligned with the infinite supply of the universe. Money flows to me with ease and grace." Feel how those words begin to cleanse the energy in the mirror. Feel how the old vibrations of scarcity begin to weaken, to fade, to dissolve. You are not fighting lack, you are replacing it. Lack is not an entity with power of its own. It is simply the absence of a new declaration. When light enters, darkness must flee. When truth is spoken, lack has no home. Remember this, beloved, your mirror is your meeting place with divine substance. It has no memory of your mistakes. It holds no judgment. It awaits your word. Every day, the universe asks you a silent question when you look into the mirror. What truth shall I reflect for you today? And your answer must be spoken with conviction. I am rich. I am prosperous. I am the living embodiment of divine abundance. The more you speak this truth, the more the old patterns dissolve. The echoes of limitation grow fainter,
And soon the only voice that remains is the one you have chosen, the voice of your prosperous self. Beloved, you are not trapped by your past reflection. You are free to create a new one, starting now. Speak boldly, declare fearlessly. For when you speak truth into the mirror, the illusions of lack must dissolve, and the mirror will show you the abundance that has always been yours.
Beloved, the greatest lie the world has whispered into your ear is this: wait for life to change. They told you to be patient, to wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances. But I am here to unveil a divine truth so powerful, it will shatter that illusion forever. You are not here to wait for change. You are here to speak it into existence. When you stand before your mirror, you are not a passive observer. You are a creator. You are the divine voice that commands substance to obey. The mirror is not reflecting what life has given you. It is reflecting what you have dared to declare. Life does not happen to you. Life happens through you, and your words are the sacred instruments that shape its form. Most people speak about their problems as if they are permanent. They say, "I am stuck, I am tired, I don't know how to change." But beloved, the words you speak are not describing reality. They are creating it. The moment you declare a new truth, the universe must rearrange itself to match your decree. Let me share a story, a simple yet powerful example. A man once came to me, defeated, drowning in debt. Every day he would look in the mirror and say, "I can't see a way out." And so life continued to reflect back his own confession of hopelessness. But I told him, "Change what you say, and life will change what it shows." Reluctantly, he began to stand before his mirror each morning and declare, "I am free from debt. Money comes to me in unexpected, miraculous ways." At first it felt foolish. The evidence did not yet support his words. But he persisted. Within weeks, opportunities appeared, small at first but undeniable. Debts began to clear. Clients who had ignored him started calling. What shifted? Not the world. His words shifted, and the world had to follow. Beloved, you must understand, the mirror is not reflecting your conditions. It is reflecting your commands. When you speak of lack, the mirror magnifies lack. When you speak of abundance, the mirror magnifies abundance. The choice is yours. Every morning, you must declare with certainty, "I am no longer waiting. I am creating. I am the author of my reality, and today I write prosperity, joy, and success into existence." These are not empty affirmations. These are divine decrees. Your word is law. Feel the power of those words ripple through your being. Feel how the mirror, once a passive reflection, becomes alive with possibility. You are no longer rehearsing the past. You are rehearsing the future, and life must perform the script you have written with your spoken word. You see, beloved, waiting is a trick of the mind. Speaking is the command of the spirit. When you speak with faith, the universe listens. It begins to align people, opportunities, and resources in ways you cannot predict, but it must obey the vibration of your declaration. From this day forward, when you look into your mirror, you will not describe your life, you will prescribe it. You will not comment on what is, you will command what must be. Your words will become the architects of your tomorrows. Say to your reflection, "I am the living vibration of divine abundance. I speak, and it is done. I declare, and it manifests. My word is the bridge between the invisible and the visible." Do not wait for motivation to strike. Do not wait for conditions to feel perfect. You are the spark. You are the cause. You are the beginning of every miracle you desire. Your mirror is the sacred place where your inner world is rehearsed before it is broadcast into your outer world. Every word you speak there becomes a thread in the fabric of your reality. Beloved, you are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the voice of divine creation. When you speak change into existence, the universe must bow.
Speak boldly. Declare fearlessly, for life is not waiting on time. Life is waiting on your word. Beloved, you have now been given the key that has been hidden in plain sight. You no longer need to wait. You no longer need to struggle. You have the power to speak your world into form. Every word you declare is a divine seed planted in the garden of the ethers. Every time you stand before your mirror and command abundance, success, health, and joy, you are not merely hoping, you are authoring reality itself. Remember this truth deep within your soul. Life listens to the voice that knows its authority. When you speak as the rich child of a loving universe, life must rearrange itself to reflect your inner decree. You are not a reflection of your past mistakes. You are a reflection of your current declaration. The mirror does not show you who you are. It shows you what you dare to command. So command boldly, beloved. Speak with the faith that moves mountains, and the universe will obey. From this moment on, I ask you, as your spiritual guide, never stand before your mirror in silence. Every morning, let your words be a torch that lights the path before you. Say to yourself, I am wealthy, I am worthy, I am the architect of divine miracles. For these are not mere affirmations, these are spiritual laws in motion. And now, dear one, if this message has stirred something within you, if you felt my words not just in your ears, but in your heart, I invite you to be part of this divine circle. Like this video, as a declaration that you are stepping into your prosperous self. Share this message with those who need to awaken to their power. And leave me a comment. I read them with love and joy. Let me know, what truth are you declaring into your mirror today? Your support is not just for me. It is a ripple of gratitude that circulates back to you multiplied. As you uplift this message, the universe will uplift you. You are no longer a seeker. You are a speaker. You are a speaker. You are a creator. And your word is the magic wand that unlocks the treasures of life. Speak, beloved, and watch how life must obey.
There is a power that never sleeps, a presence that moves through the night as gently as the moonlight upon still waters. When you close your eyes, you do not drift into darkness. You drift into creation. The unseen world is ever at work, shaping substance from thought, weaving your desires into form. What you think as you fall asleep becomes the pattern for your tomorrow. Every image you hold in the silence of night is a seed planted in the garden of the infinite. Wealth is not something to be chased, it is something to be accepted. It is a state of divine harmony, a rhythm of abundance in which the soul dances when it knows it is one with the source of all supply. The river of prosperity never dries, for it flows from the endless heart of God. And every mind attuned to that truth shall drink deeply of its waters. As you rest, release all thought of lack and limitation. Say within, there is nothing to fear. The same intelligence that governs the stars governs my life. The same law that keeps the planets in perfect order guides me to my perfect good. For what is wealth but the outward expression of inner certainty? When the mind is at peace, the world rushes to reflect it. Many lie down in worry, rehearsing their troubles as though they were vows, and so they rise in the same bondage they carried into sleep. But you, beloved listener, are learning a new way. You are learning to fall asleep in faith, to close your eyes upon the world of appearances and open your soul to the invisible abundance that surrounds you. You are learning to trust that the law of good is constant, that what you affirm in calm expectancy must appear in form. Tonight, as your body grows still, let your thoughts grow radiant. Imagine yourself clothed in light, walking the path of plenty. Feel the gold of sunlight upon your hands, the fragrance of success in the air, the joy of freedom in your heart. Say silently, all that is mine by divine right now manifests. The treasures of heaven are pouring into my experience. I rest in the consciousness of abundance, and I awake renewed, prosperous, and free. Sleep, then, becomes not a pause in living, but a passage into manifestation. For every thought charged with belief is a command to the universe, and the universe always obeys. You need not strive nor struggle. You need only remember the truth, that the power within you is greater than any circumstance without. The gates of prosperity swing open to the soul that knows its authority. As you surrender to sleep, you are not losing consciousness. You are aligning with the creative forces that never cease their work. They move through the silence, preparing your way, multiplying your good, arranging divine appointments, opening invisible doors. And when you awaken, the dawn shall bring not just light but realization that wealth has already answered your call. The mind is the great architect of reality, shaping every detail of your world through the silent power of thought. When the body drifts toward sleep, the conscious mind relaxes its grip, and the subconscious, the builder of all form, takes command. It listens not to your words, but to your feelings, to the impressions you leave upon it as you fall into slumber. Every image, every belief, every quiet statement you hold before sleep becomes a living seed, planted in the fertile soil of the unseen. The subconscious does not judge. It does not question. It simply accepts and brings forth in its own perfect season whatever the conscious mind has impressed upon it. To understand this power is to hold the key to transformation. The moments before sleep are the most sacred, for they are the doorway between the seen and the unseen, between your waking world and the infinite field of creation. If your last thoughts before sleep are of worry, fear, and limitation, those vibrations pass into your subconscious like commands, and the next day's experience rises from that same soil of anxiety. But when your last thoughts are of peace, plenty, and divine order, the creative forces move in your favor, shaping circumstances that mirror that inner harmony. The outer world is but a reflection of the inner state, and the night is the time when that inner state is most open to influence. Imagine the mind as a garden. The conscious self is the gardener, choosing what seeds to plant through the medium of thought. The subconscious is the earth, rich and obedient, ready to grow whatever is given to it. You cannot sow weeds and expect roses, nor can you plant fear and expect faith. Every thought is a seed, and every seed will bear fruit after its kind. The wise gardener tends to the soil before rest, ensuring that only seeds of beauty, strength, and abundance are sown. When you fall asleep in worry, you water the weeds of doubt. When you fall asleep in peace, you nurture the blossoms of prosperity. The mind does not cease creating because the body sleeps. Energy continues to flow, ideas continue to form, and the divine law of attraction continues its perfect operation. The impressions fixed in the subconscious before sleep determine what paths open and what opportunities unfold upon waking. The mind's creative power is like a stream that follows the channel carved by your belief. The deeper the channel of confidence and expectancy, the more easily abundance flows. The shallower the faith, the more easily it is blocked by fear. Therefore, the wise soul prepares for sleep, not with idle distraction, but with deliberate thought, a quiet rehearsal of good, a recognition of the infinite supply ever waiting to manifest. There is magic in the moment when the conscious mind begins to surrender, for in that twilight between wakefulness and sleep, the imagination is at its strongest. It is here that you may picture yourself already living the life you desire, already surrounded by prosperity and freedom. The subconscious accepts the image as fact and begins immediately to draw circumstances that correspond to it. You do not need to know how. The how belongs to the infinite mind. Your task is only to see clearly, to feel deeply, to know without doubt that what you imagine in faith is already moving toward you. Every night offers a chance for renewal, a reset of the inner pattern. Just as the body heals and restores itself in rest, the mind too reorders its structure according to the dominant impressions of the day. When those impressions are harmonious, the restoration is swift and joyous. When they are discordant, the renewal is heavy and slow. Therefore, choose with care the thoughts you carry into sleep. Let them be thoughts of gratitude for what already is, and certainty of what is to come. The subconscious mind responds to emotion, not argument, so it is not enough to simply say, I am wealthy. You must feel the reality of abundance in your heart. Breathe it, sense it. Let it become the vibration that carries you into slumber. Thought is substance. It is invisible, yet it molds the visible. The invisible always precedes the visible, and so every form of wealth, money, opportunity, inspiration, success, first exists as an idea, a belief, a pattern in mind. When you fall asleep holding the image of yourself as prosperous, secure, and fulfilled, you set that pattern deeply within your creative consciousness. From that moment, unseen forces align with your conviction. People, ideas, and events begin to move in synchrony with the picture you have impressed. You may call it coincidence or fate, but it is neither. It is the inevitable fulfillment of mental law. The mind, when trained, becomes a perfect instrument of creation. It is not through struggle but through alignment that manifestation occurs. The struggle of day gives way to the surrender of night, and in that surrender lies power. The law of life responds not to tension but to faith. You cannot demand good with clenched fists. You must receive it with open hands. So as you lie upon your bed, release the strain of effort. Release the noise of worry. Whisper to yourself, all is well. The universe is working in my favor. Divine order is established now. Let that be the lullaby that carries you into rest, for the subconscious hears and obeys. If you would transform your world, begin with the thoughts you take into sleep. Every habit, every condition, every experience is born of thought repeated and impressed. The mind, like clay, takes the shape of the mold you press upon it. Each night offers a new mold, a new chance to impress harmony, wealth, and joy. You cannot plant one image tonight and expect a forest tomorrow, but with consistency, the subconscious reshapes your reality to match the images you feed it. This is not superstition but law, the same law that governs the growth of a seed, the orbit of planets, and the unfolding of flowers. The creative process never ceases. The mind that holds images of abundance before sleep is like a magnet, drawing to itself everything required for their fulfillment. Opportunities begin to appear where none seemed before. Ideas arise seemingly out of nowhere, and the right people are drawn into your path. The outer conditions shift as the inner pattern changes, for the world cannot resist the pull of a mind convinced of its own wealth. To fall asleep in such conviction is to command the night to labor for your good. Thus, the mind creates reality through thought before sleep, not as a poetic idea, but as an immutable truth of being. When you understand that every night is a silent creation, you no longer surrender to sleep thoughtlessly. You prepare it as you would a sacred ritual, knowing that the images you entertain are prophecies of what shall be. The power that governs dreams is the same power that governs destiny, and it awaits your direction each time you close your eyes. Wealth is not a matter of possession, but of perception. Not the gathering of things, but the realization of divine harmony. True wealth is an inward knowing that all is supplied, that the source of life withholds nothing from its creation. It is the calm assurance that what belongs to you by right of consciousness can never be withheld, and that the universe moves in perfect order to bring forth your good at the appointed time. To live in the consciousness of wealth is to live in tune with the infinite rhythm of abundance, the great pulse of divine supply that beats through every atom, every star, every living soul. There is a law of balance that governs all things, and wealth is one expression of that balance. When a person is aligned with divine harmony, the outer life naturally reflects order, beauty, and sufficiency. It cannot be otherwise, for the inner and outer are but two faces of the same reality. Poverty, then, is not an absence of money, but an absence of harmony, a belief in separation from the source. It is the false idea that life must be earned through struggle, that supply is limited, that others must lose for one to gain. Such beliefs close the gate through which abundance flows. But when one awakens to the truth that wealth is a spiritual state, a frequency of gratitude, peace, and faith, the gates swing wide, and the flow of substance answers that inner song of confidence. The universe is abundant beyond measure. Look to the trees, to the oceans, to the fields of grain, and you will see that there is no limit in divine provision. The same principle that multiplies a single seed into a harvest will multiply your good when you are in harmony with it. The law of supply is not reserved for the few. It is open to all who recognize its presence and live in accordance with it. The belief in scarcity is man-made, born of fear and ignorance, but the truth of wealth is eternal and cannot be diminished by human doubt. It is the law of life to express fullness, and every soul that aligns with this law becomes a channel through which prosperity flows freely. Wealth is divine harmony expressed through substance. It is the outward sign of inward order. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions move in rhythm with divine law, wealth must appear as naturally as light follows the dawn. You cannot seek harmony through greed or anxiety. These are discordant notes that repel abundance. The mind that seeks to possess for the sake of security declares its own insecurity. The heart that fears loss binds itself to loss. But the soul that knows its unity with infinite supply lives in quiet assurance, attracting good effortlessly because it expects nothing less. To awaken to the truth of wealth, one must first silence the noise of fear. The belief in lack has been taught and repeated until it appears as fact, yet it is only illusion. The same creative power that shapes galaxies is the power that supplies every need. When you realize this, when you feel deeply that you are sustained by an inexhaustible source, you cease to strive, you begin to live in the ease of divine rhythm, where effort becomes expression and work becomes joy. You move through life not as a beggar at the gates of opportunity, but as a rightful heir to infinite supply, knowing that your good cannot be lost, delayed, or denied. Wealth is not confined to gold or possessions. It is the awareness of plenty in all things. It is health in the body, peace in the mind, love in the heart, and inspiration in the soul. When you see beauty around you, you are rich. When you give freely without fear of depletion, you are wealthy beyond measure. When you trust that every need will be met, you live in divine affluence. The world often measures wealth by accumulation, but true wealth is measured by consciousness, by how deeply one knows that the universe is abundant and benevolent. The more you dwell in that knowing, the more the outer world reflects it through opportunities, ideas, and experiences of prosperity. Divine harmony operates like music. Each thought, each feeling, each act sends out a note into the great symphony of creation. When these notes are in tune with love, faith, and gratitude, they blend with the universal harmony and return as outer expressions of wealth and well-being. When they are discordant, when fear, resentment, or envy enter the composition, the music of life becomes strained and abundance seems to fade, but the law remains unchanged. The moment you restore harmony within, the outer melody of prosperity resumes its perfect rhythm. You are never separate from abundance, you are simply out of tune with it, until you remember the song. The divine idea of wealth knows no limitation. It is not bound by economic systems, by circumstance, or by time. The same power that sustains the stars sustains your every need, and that power is within you. You are not a seeker of supply. You are an expression of supply itself. You are not a beggar of blessings. You are the channel through which blessings flow. When you realize that wealth is a spiritual vibration rather than a material possession, you cease chasing it and begin embodying it. You become wealth in motion, the living evidence of divine sufficiency. To live in this consciousness is to live without fear of tomorrow. It is to know that the same law that brought today's blessings will provide tomorrow's abundance. It is to rest in the certainty that what you require will appear when needed, that divine timing is never late nor hurried. This is not blind faith, but spiritual understanding. The one who trusts the law of harmony no longer strains against life, but moves with it, as a leaf moves with the current of a river. The current never fails, only resistance creates struggle. The consciousness of wealth is cultivated through gratitude, for gratitude is the recognition of harmony already present. When you give thanks for what is, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and that vibration draws more of its kind. Gratitude dissolves envy, heals comparison, and transforms the smallest possession into a symbol of infinite supply. Each breath of appreciation is a declaration to the universe. I am in tune with my good, and the universe, ever responsive, echoes back that vibration through greater prosperity. When you understand that wealth is divine harmony, you begin to see that there is no real competition. Each soul has its own pattern of good, its own channel of supply, and none can take from another what is divinely ordained. What is yours by right of consciousness, and it comes to you with ease when you recognize it. The law of harmony does not operate through struggle, it operates through right alignment. To envy another's success is to declare one's own separation from the source. To bless another's prosperity is to affirm your oneness with abundance. The consciousness of wealth rejoices in the good of all, knowing that there is no limit to supply. Wealth, therefore, is not to be sought but to be realized. It is not something added unto you, but something revealed from within. The moment you align your thought with divine harmony, you begin to experience prosperity as naturally as you breathe. The river of abundance has always been flowing. You need only remove the stones of fear and disbelief to feel its current once more. The more you trust its flow, the stronger it becomes, until every area of life reflects the serenity and balance of the infinite. Faith and calm expectancy are the golden keys that unlock the invisible doors of abundance. They are the twin forces that turn thought into form, the still powers that command without effort. Faith is the assurance that what you seek already exists in the unseen, and calm expectancy is the quiet certainty that it is moving toward you now. Together they form the magnetic current that draws the invisible into visibility, that transforms the ideal into visibility, Without faith, thought is a shadow without substance. Without expectancy, faith is a flame without direction. When both are joined, creation is inevitable, for the law of manifestation answers to conviction, not doubt. There is a sacred rhythm in the universe, a law that brings forth every desire held in unwavering faith. The one who believes without agitation, who holds a steady vision without fear, becomes a center through which divine abundance flows freely. Faith is not a desperate cry for help. It is a serene recognition of eternal order. It is the soul's calm declaration, it is already done. This inner knowing does not waver before appearances, for appearances are but the shadows cast by temporary thoughts. Faith looks beyond the seen to the unseen, beyond form to principle, beyond delay to divine timing. It stands still while the outer world rearranges itself to match its conviction. Calm expectancy is faith made visible through attitude. It is not mere hope, for hope often waits with anxiety, expectancy waits with peace. It knows that every good desire has its appointed hour, and that nothing can prevent its fulfillment when belief is complete. The expectant mind is like the soil awaiting rain. It does not question whether the clouds will gather, it simply opens itself in readiness. The anxious mind, by contrast, scatters its energy in doubt and impatience, pushing its good further away. The law of attraction answers not to words, but to vibration, and calm expectancy sends forth the vibration of certainty, calling forth conditions that match it perfectly. The universe responds to the atmosphere of your mind. If you dwell in worry, you attract confusion. If you rest in peace, you attract harmony. Faith and expectancy are not emotional efforts, they are states of being. They are the quiet alignment with divine law that says, I trust the process of life. I trust the wisdom that guides all things. This trust does not depend upon outer evidence. When you walk in faith, you are walking in partnership with the unseen forces of good that shape destiny. You no longer fight circumstances, for you know that circumstances bend to consciousness. The world teaches struggle, the spirit teaches surrender. Faith is surrender to the divine order. the release of human will into higher intelligence. When you cease to fight against appearances, when you stop trying to force the outcome, the flow of good begins. Calm expectancy replaces tension with assurance, replacing the vibration of fear with the vibration of fulfillment. What you are expecting in peace must come, for peace is the sign that you are aligned with your answer. The moment anxiety enters, creation pauses, waiting for you to return to trust. Faith is the conductor of divine energy. Fear is the breaker that cuts its current. To live in faith is to live as though your desire were already realized. It is to think, feel, and act in alignment with the result before it appears. The subconscious mind takes its orders from this inner conviction, and the universe moves to fulfill them. When you believe with your whole being, every atom of your existence vibrates in harmony with your desire. The invisible begins to take shape, attracting people, ideas, and opportunities that lead to manifestation. Calm expectancy is the silent agreement with the universe that says, "I know it is done. I am ready to receive." There is no struggle in this knowing, for the law of creation works through ease, not effort. The one who lives by faith walks through life with quiet dignity. He does not boast of his belief, nor does he waver when the winds of circumstance blow. He stands as a tree rooted in divine soil, unmoved by storms, sustained by unseen waters. His calmness is not passivity but power. His silence is not weakness but command. The world may see delay, but he sees divine preparation. The world may see lack, but he sees unseen abundance gathering in the ether. Such a one becomes a living magnet for good, for the vibration of faith draws only that which is harmonious with itself. Every thought of doubt is a seed of delay. Every moment of fear scatters the energy of creation. The law cannot give what you do not truly expect to receive. To affirm abundance while secretly fearing loss is to speak in two languages at once, and the universe answers only the dominant vibration. Therefore, cultivate serenity of mind before you seek results. Let your affirmation rise not from desperation, but from peace. Say within yourself, "All that I desire already exists in divine substance, and it now appears in perfect time and perfect way." Feel the truth of these words until they become the rhythm of your being. Faith does not plead, it declares. Expectancy does not beg, it receives. The path of manifestation is not a path of speed but of steadiness. Many fail not because their faith is weak, but because their expectation is restless. They plant a seed and then dig it up each day to see if it grows. The wise soul knows that growth is silent, that creation happens in the unseen long before it becomes visible. So it rests, knowing that the law is working even when nothing appears to be happening. This is the essence of calm expectancy. To wait without tension, to trust without anxiety, to know without seeing. The vibration of faith is harmony, and harmony attracts its likeness. When your mind is peaceful, your affairs become ordered. When your heart is assured, your circumstances align. Faith does not command the universe with force, it cooperates with it. It moves in rhythm with the unseen intelligence that governs all creation. This is why faith is called a law. It operates with precision. What you believe with feeling becomes your experience. What you expect with confidence must appear. For expectancy is the bridge between idea and expression. Every act of creation begins in the invisible. The farmer who plants a seed must believe that the harvest exists in potential, though unseen. The artist must believe in the form before the canvas receives it. The inventor must believe in the idea before the mechanism appears. So it is with wealth, success, love, and peace. All come forth from faith, belief made steady through calm expectancy. The one who doubts cuts the thread of creation. The one who believes sustains it. The practice of faith and expectancy transforms the very vibration of your being. You begin to move with quiet confidence, speaking words of assurance, thinking thoughts of good, and feeling gratitude for blessings yet unseen. Gratitude is the twin of expectancy, for both affirm the presence of abundance. As you thank the unseen for what is already prepared, you accelerate its appearance in form. The energy of gratitude is magnetic, drawing forth every corresponding vibration of prosperity. The mind that expects good and gives thanks for it before it arrives creates a clear channel for manifestation. When faith is pure and expectancy calm, the universe hastens to fulfill its decree. Divine intelligence does not delay, it responds the moment the vibration is steady. All waiting is only the time required for your consciousness to align with your desire. The moment you are at peace with your good, it begins to take shape around you. This is why inner serenity is the greatest power you possess. It is the evidence that you are already in union with your answer. Sleep is not merely a rest for the body, it is the sacred hour when the unseen forces of creation continue their silent work. When you surrender to sleep, you enter the workshop of the infinite, where ideas are molded, desires are shaped, and prayers are answered in the secret chambers of the subconscious mind. The body lies still, but the creative life within you never sleeps. It moves with quiet precision, responding to the patterns impressed upon it by your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Each night, as consciousness sinks into deeper realms, the vibrations you have held during the day become commands to the universe. The law of mind continues its operation, drawing to you experiences that match the tone of your inner state. To understand the power of sleep is to understand the rhythm of creation itself. The hours of wakefulness are for planting seeds through thought and action. The hours of sleep are for growth, gestation, and unseen expansion. What you hold in mind as you drift into rest becomes the blueprint for what shall appear in form. Many spend these sacred hours rehearsing fears, doubts, and grievances, and so awaken to the same conditions they wished to escape. But those who fall asleep in faith, peace, and expectancy are carried through the night by creative forces that never fail to respond to belief. Sleep aligns you with the unseen power that governs all things. It restores not only the body, but the connection between your conscious and divine mind. In the stillness of rest, resistance dissolves, and the natural current of life flows freely once more. The conscious mind, with its worries and reasoning, steps aside, allowing the subconscious to commune directly with infinite intelligence. In that sacred communion, the impressions of your thoughts become living patterns of energy, soon to manifest in visible form. If you sleep in harmony, the night becomes your silent ally, arranging, healing, and preparing the way for your good to appear. Every thought before sleep is a seed dropped into fertile soil. The subconscious is always receptive, always obedient, always ready to create according to the images impressed upon it. To sleep with thoughts of abundance is to instruct the creative power to build prosperity into your world. To sleep in peace is to summon harmony into the next day's affairs. Whatever you hold as real in those moments before drifting off becomes the law of your life. The imagination is most potent when the conscious mind relaxes, for then the gate to the deeper self stands open. In that twilight state, between waking and dreaming, the voice of the soul speaks clearly, and the forces of creation begin their perfect work. You are never closer to divine power than when you sleep in faith. The struggle and noise of the day give way to the serenity of divine law fulfilling itself. The unseen world is never idle. It organizes, adjusts, and harmonizes every detail necessary for your advancement. Doors you have not yet seen begin to open. Paths you have not yet walked begin to form. This silent alignment happens not through effort, but through trust. When you go to rest with calm assurance that life is for you, not against you, you are carried by the great tide of abundance that never ceases to flow. To align yourself with this unseen creative power, prepare your mind for rest as one would prepare a temple for prayer. Release every thought of resistance and unforgiveness. Let go of worry, for worry binds the energy of creation. Affirm quietly that divine order is working through every part of your life. Picture yourself surrounded by light, secure, prosperous, and at peace. Feel the reality of that image until your whole being vibrates with calm confidence as you drift into slumber. Know that this feeling is a signal to the infinite mind, which takes it and builds it into experience. The creative power within you knows no limitation. it never sleeps nor forgets. While you rest, it moves through people, circumstances, and events, orchestrating the fulfillment of your good. The next morning's opportunities, the meetings that seem to happen by chance, the sudden clarity that resolves a problem, all are evidence of the night's invisible work. You are not required to understand how, you are only required to trust that the unseen law is perfect and unfailing. The same intelligence that keeps the stars in order governs your affairs with precision. When you recognize that sleep is a time of creation, not idleness, you begin to use it consciously. You no longer close your eyes with worry but with reverence, knowing that you are entering the inner sanctuary of manifestation. You understand that to sleep with a troubled mind is to sow discord into your tomorrow, and to sleep with peace is to invite prosperity. Each night, you are given the choice of what pattern to impress upon the creative substance of the universe. Choose harmony, and the unseen power will shape your world to match it. Choose faith, and you will awaken to opportunities where none seem to exist. Choose love, and you will rise surrounded by its reflection in every form. Gratitude and belief are the twin lights that awaken material manifestation. They are the evidence of faith fulfilled, the visible and invisible currents that draw abundance from the unseen into form. Gratitude opens the door, belief keeps it open. Gratitude declares that the good you seek already exists. Belief anchors it in your experience. Together they form a sacred harmony, a vibration so high that it calls forth everything of like nature: peace, prosperity, health, opportunity, and joy. When gratitude fills the heart, it transforms thought from demand into acceptance, and when belief steadies the mind, the universe moves in response to that acceptance with perfect precision. Gratitude is more than polite appreciation. It is the spiritual recognition of abundance already present. It is the soul's way of saying, I see the good that already is, and I know more is on the way. When you give thanks before the manifestation, you align with divine law. You declare that your faith in the unseen is stronger than any evidence of lack. This simple act of thanksgiving multiplies whatever it touches, for gratitude is creative. It expands everything it blesses. When you are thankful for your home, your health, your work, your relationships, you magnetize greater good in each of these areas. Gratitude lifts thought from complaint to celebration, from scarcity to sufficiency. And in that lifted vibration, new channels of supply open. Belief is the invisible architect that designs the structure upon which gratitude builds. It is the unwavering conviction that what you have envisioned must appear, because it already exists in divine substance. Belief is not hope, it is certainty. It does not beg or plead, it calmly declares and accepts. The one who believes does not ask, will it come, but knows it is coming, and that knowing forms the mold through which creation flows. The universe responds not to words, but to the vibration behind them, and belief carries the vibration of completion. When your belief is strong, every force in creation conspires to make it real. Gratitude and belief together form the perfect creative circuit. Belief initiates the current, gratitude completes it. To believe without gratitude is to know the truth but fail to feel its joy. To be grateful without belief is to feel momentary peace, but lack the power to sustain manifestation. When both are present, the inner and outer worlds become one harmonious field of abundance. You no longer chase after good, you allow it. You no longer doubt, you expect with calm assurance. The vibration of your soul becomes a living prayer, drawing to you every corresponding expression of wealth and joy. When you awaken each morning with gratitude, you invite the day to mirror your inner state. Each thought of appreciation sets invisible forces into motion, guiding you to right people, right places, right opportunities. Gratitude dissolves the tension of striving and replaces it with flow. Even in moments of difficulty, the grateful heart sees hidden blessings, and this vision transforms the challenge into a channel of growth. The law of life is clear. What you bless increases, what you complain about contracts. To bless is to multiply, to complain is to restrict. Therefore, gratitude is the key that widens every gate of possibility. Belief, when steady, becomes the very foundation of peace. It is the awareness that divine order governs every detail of existence. It does not waver when appearances contradict the vision, for it knows that appearances are temporary shadows cast by fleeting thought. Belief stands firm in the knowledge that the unseen law of good never fails. This steadfastness is not stubbornness, it is alignment. The believer does not force outcomes, he allows divine intelligence to arrange all things perfectly. This is why belief and surrender walk hand in hand. To believe is to release the need to control, to let the higher wisdom of the universe fulfill what the human mind can only imagine. As gratitude deepens and belief strengthens, your entire vibration changes. You begin to see evidence of good everywhere. Doors open easily, people respond kindly, and ideas arrive as if whispered by an unseen guide. These are not coincidences, they are manifestations of your inner state. The world reflects the consciousness that creates it. Gratitude and belief are the two poles of that consciousness, forming a magnetic field that draws to you experiences of harmony. The grateful soul does not ask when or how, it simply knows. The believing mind does not question if, it simply affirms. To awaken in wealth is to awaken in awareness of the abundance that has always been yours. When you move through the world thankful for each breath, each opportunity, each lesson, the universe mirrors that joy in visible prosperity. Gratitude tunes you to the frequency of receiving, and belief maintains that vibration until manifestation is complete. Every act of appreciation is a prayer answered in advance. Every moment of belief is a declaration of divine certainty. Together they form the bridge between thought and thing, spirit and matter, invisible and visible. The more you live in this consciousness, the more your outer world will unfold in perfect reflection of your inner wealth.
You are not here by accident. This moment, right now, is exactly where you need to be. The universe is not a random place, and neither are you. You have arrived at this time and place because something deep within you is calling for change, for growth, and for greatness. It is no longer a time to wait, no longer a time to hesitate. The universe is aligning itself with your desires, preparing to show you what is rightfully yours. Now is the time to claim it. You are not a passive observer in the world around you. You are an active creator capable of shaping your own reality. Every thought you hold, every belief you nurture within yourself has a profound impact on the world around you. You might not always see the immediate results, but everything you experience, everything you see in your life, begins with the thoughts you hold. You are the master of your reality, and this truth, once realized and embraced, will change everything for you. You are not merely a participant in the world, subject to its whims and forces. You are a co-creator with the universe, working hand in hand with it to manifest the life you desire. There's a truth that many people fail to grasp, and it is this: everything you've ever dreamed of is already within your reach. The wealth you seek, the success you desire, the happiness you long for, the peace and fulfillment you crave, they are not far away, not some distant future. They are already a part of you, waiting to be recognized, to be claimed, to be brought into your experience. All that is required is for you to see it, to know it, and to believe that it is already yours. You have the power to shape your own world, and the moment you realize this, the world will begin to shift in ways you never thought possible. The life you've always imagined, the one where wealth flows freely, where your heart is full of joy, where you feel at peace with yourself and the world around you. This life is not a fantasy. It is your birthright. It is waiting for you to step into it, to claim it as your own. And the good news is, you don't need to go searching for it. You don't need to look outside of yourself for the life you desire. The key lies within you, in the thoughts you choose to think, and the beliefs you decide to hold. Your thoughts are more powerful than you realize. Each thought, each belief you hold, is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of your mind. Over time, these thoughts take root, grow, and eventually manifest in your outer world. This is the law of the universe, the law of creation. You are always creating, whether consciously or unconsciously. Every thought, every feeling, every word you speak contributes to the world you are shaping. The good news is you can take control of this process. You can choose the thoughts that you wish to cultivate, and by doing so, you can create the reality you desire. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are not bound by your past, by your upbringing, or by the opinions of others. You are free. You are free to create the life you want, to shape your world according to your desires. When you understand that your thoughts are the architects of your life, it becomes clear that you are not a passive observer in the world. You are a creator, and the world around you is your canvas. Now it's important to understand that this is not about wishful thinking or passive hope. It's about a deep, unwavering belief that you are worthy of the life you desire. You must believe with all your heart and soul that you are deserving of the abundance, the success, and the happiness that you seek. And once you embrace this belief, once you know in the very depths of your being that you are worthy, the universe will begin to reflect this back to you. Your worthiness is not dependent on anything outside of you. It is not dependent on your achievements, your bank account, your past mistakes, or the opinions of others. Your worthiness is inherent in who you are. You are a child of the universe, and you were born to live a life of abundance. The moment you decide to embrace your worth, the moment you affirm that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer, you open the door for these things to flow into your life. It all begins with your mind. You must train your mind to see the world as full of endless possibilities. You must choose to see abundance everywhere you look, even in times of difficulty. You must look beyond the surface and recognize that the universe is always working in your favor. When you shift your perception, when you begin to see the opportunities in every situation, your life will change. The world will not look the same to you anymore. You will begin to see it through the eyes of a creator, a person who knows that they have the power to shape their own destiny. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not at the mercy of the world around you. You are a powerful being, capable of shaping your life according to your will. The circumstances of your life do not define you. What defines you is the way you choose to respond to those circumstances, the thoughts you choose to entertain, and the beliefs you decide to hold. You have the ability to change your reality, starting with the thoughts you think and the beliefs you hold. Every dream, every goal, every desire you have is already within your grasp. There is no need to search for it outside of yourself. It is already within you, waiting for you to acknowledge it. The key to unlocking your dreams is simple. Believe that you are worthy of them. Believe that they are already on their way to you, and take inspired action to bring them into your life. The universe responds to your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. When you align yourself with the energy of abundance, when you focus on the good in your life and affirm that more is on its way, the universe will respond. It will bring people, opportunities, and circumstances into your life that are in harmony with your desires. And here's the most wonderful part. You do not have to figure it all out. You do not need to have a clear plan or know every step ahead of time. All you need is the belief that your dreams are already on their way to you. Once you hold that belief, everything else will fall into place. The universe will guide you. Opportunities will present themselves. Doors will open, and you will walk through them with confidence, knowing that this is the life you were always meant to live. So as you stand here today, Know this: you are a creator, and the life you desire is already within your reach. All you need to do is believe it. Trust that the universe is working in your favor. Believe in your worth. Believe in your ability to create the life you desire. And watch as your reality transforms before your very eyes. Wealth, success, and abundance are already yours, waiting for you to claim them. These are not things that you need to search for or strive to obtain through effort and struggle. No, they are your birthright, and they are already part of your experience, ready to flow into your life the moment you accept them. When you believe that they are yours, they will come to you naturally and effortlessly. The moment you truly know in your heart that you are worthy of all the good things that life has to offer, the universe begins to move in your favor, and everything you have ever dreamed of will start to manifest. You might think that wealth, success, and abundance are things reserved for a few lucky individuals, for the select few who seem to have everything handed to them on a silver platter. But let me tell you, that is not the truth. Wealth is not a matter of luck or timing. It is a matter of belief. It is a matter of knowing that you are worthy of wealth, that you are deserving of success, and that abundance is your natural state. You were born into this world to live a life of abundance, and when you align your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions with this truth, the universe will respond in kind. You see, it's not about waiting for the right moment or for the perfect circumstances to arrive. The universe does not operate in a linear fashion where your success is earned only after you have proven your worth through struggle and hard work. The universe operates on the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. This means that the thoughts you hold in your mind, the beliefs you carry in your heart, are the very things that attract the circumstances and events of your life. When you focus on abundance, when you focus on wealth and success, you attract these things to you, and they come to you effortlessly, naturally, because you are in alignment with the abundant flow of the universe. The wealth you seek is already available to you. It is not a distant dream or a far-off fantasy. It is not something you have to work tirelessly to achieve. It is something that is already present in your life, just waiting for you to claim it. You are the one who must open the door, who must make the decision to step into the flow of abundance that is waiting for you. And you do this by believing that it is yours, by trusting that the universe will provide everything you need, and by being willing to accept the wealth that is already on its way to you. You may have spent years struggling with feelings of scarcity, wondering why things seem to be so hard, why abundance feels so elusive. You may have been taught to believe that success and wealth are hard-earned, that they require years of struggle and sacrifice. But that is a false belief. The truth is, you are already worthy of success. You are already worthy of wealth. The key to unlocking your abundance lies in your own mind and the way you think, and in the beliefs you hold. The moment you choose to believe that wealth is already yours, it begins to flow into your life. It's time to let go of the old beliefs that have held you back. The belief that you must work endlessly to earn wealth. The belief that abundance is reserved for others. The belief that you must sacrifice your happiness and well-being in order to achieve success. These beliefs no longer serve you. They are outdated, and they are keeping you from stepping into the fullness of your potential. Let go of them now. Release them and replace them with the truth that wealth, success, and abundance are already yours. They are a part of you, a part of your destiny, and the moment you claim them, they will be yours. You may wonder then, how does this all work? How can it be that wealth, success, and abundance are already mine, waiting for me to claim them? The answer is simple. It all begins with your thoughts. Your thoughts are the foundation upon which your reality is built. The universe responds to the thoughts you hold, to the beliefs you carry. If you believe that wealth is difficult to attain, that success is hard to come by, that abundance is something you have to work tirelessly for, then that is the reality you will experience. But if you believe that wealth is already yours, that success is inevitable, that abundance flows freely into your life, then that is the reality you will create. It's all about shifting your focus. Shift your focus from scarcity to abundance, from lack to wealth, from struggle to success. When you focus on abundance, you attract more of it. When you focus on wealth, you draw wealth into your life. The universe responds to your thoughts, and it brings more of what you are focused on into your experience. This is the law of attraction at work. It's simple and it's powerful. You might find it hard to believe at first. You may have spent years in a mindset of scarcity, in a mindset of lack, believing that success and wealth were out of your reach. But let me assure you, that is not the truth. The truth is that you are a child of the universe, and you were born to live a life of abundance. The moment you decide to believe this truth, the moment you choose to shift your focus and align your thoughts with abundance, everything begins to change. When you believe that wealth is already yours, you begin to act differently. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You begin to take inspired action, knowing that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. And with every step you take, the universe responds by bringing more wealth, more success, and more opportunities into your life. The flow of abundance becomes unstoppable. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't need to know every step of the journey. All you need to do is believe that wealth is already yours, that success is inevitable, and that abundance is flowing into your life right now. Once you embrace this truth, everything will start to fall into place. The universe will bring the people, the resources, and the opportunities you need to manifest your desires. It will guide you every step of the way to the wealth and success you are destined to experience. And it's important to remember that wealth is not just about money. Wealth is about living a life of abundance in every area: love, joy, peace, freedom, and fulfillment. It's about knowing that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer, and it's about allowing yourself to receive them. The more you embrace this abundance, the more it will flow into your life in ways you could never have imagined. Every area of your life will begin to reflect this abundant flow, and you will feel the joy and fulfillment that comes with knowing that you are living the life you were always meant to live. So remember this truth: wealth, success, and abundance are already yours. You don't have to wait for them, and you don't have to struggle to attain them. All you need to do is believe that they are already yours, and the universe will respond by bringing them into your life. You are worthy of wealth. You are deserving of success. And now it's time to claim it. Abundance is here now. It's not a far-off dream or a future event. It is available to you in this very moment. The universe doesn't wait for the right time to bless you with all that you desire. No, abundance is always present, always ready to flow into your life. And the moment you choose to accept it, the moment you allow it into your experience, everything begins to change. This is not something you must work for or chase after. It is something you must simply embrace. Too many people go through life believing that abundance is something they must earn through struggle or hardship. They believe that wealth is for the lucky few, that success comes only after years of hard work and sacrifice. But let me tell you, this belief is not only false, it is holding you back from stepping into the life you are meant to live. The truth is that you were born into this world to experience abundance in every way. Wealth is your natural state, and the only thing standing in the way of you experiencing it is your belief that it is not already yours. When you believe that abundance is something you must wait for, something that is out of reach, you block the flow of it into your life. You create a gap between where you are and where you want to be. And that gap can feel frustrating, discouraging, and painful. But the moment you decide to accept that abundance is already available to you, everything shifts. You stop waiting for something outside of yourself to change, and you begin to realize that the key to unlocking the flow of abundance lies within you. It is not about waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right circumstances. It is about understanding that the moment you align your thoughts and beliefs with abundance, will begin to flow freely into your life. Abundance is not a destination. It is a state of mind. It is a way of being, a way of thinking, and a way of living. When you accept that abundance is already here right now, you open the door to all that you desire. Your thoughts create your reality. And when you focus on abundance, when you believe that it is yours here and now, you align yourself with the infinite flow of the universe. The universe does not work on a timeline. It works on the principle of alignment. When you align your mind with the truth of abundance, everything else will fall into place. One of the most powerful ways to tap into this flow of abundance is through gratitude. Gratitude is a magnet for abundance. The more you focus on what you already have, the more the universe will bring you. When you take time each day to be thankful for the blessings in your life, whether they are big or small, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. You are saying, I am open to receiving all the good that life has to offer. And when you do this, you begin to notice that the flow of abundance intensifies. Opportunities, resources, people, and circumstances that align with your desires start to appear. But gratitude is not just about acknowledging the blessings you already have. It's also about feeling the joy of abundance, even before it shows up in your life. This is a key principle of manifestation, feeling the feelings you desire to experience. When you feel abundant, when you feel successful, when you feel joyful and grateful, you are aligning yourself with the energy of abundance. And when you do this, the universe begins to mirror those feelings back to you in the form of real-world experiences. You attract what you feel, and the more you feel abundance, the more it will manifest in your life. You don't have to wait for things to change in the outside world to experience abundance. It all begins with you right now, in this moment. It begins with your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings. If you want to experience abundance, you must first embrace the truth that it is already yours. It is not something you must chase after. It is something you must claim. You must claim it with confidence, with certainty, and with a deep understanding that abundance is your natural state. This is a powerful truth. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment to step into your abundance. The perfect moment is now. It is in this very moment that you have the power to change your reality. All that you desire is available to you, and it is already on its way to you. The only thing that stands between you and your desires is the belief that they are not already yours. The moment you decide to believe in your abundance, the universe will respond. It will bring you the people, the opportunities, and the resources that are in alignment with your desires. Abundance is not something that you have to earn. It is something that is already yours. It is a law of the universe that once you align yourself with it, begins to manifest in your life. You are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. And when you fully accept this truth, everything begins to change. The wealth, success, and abundance that you desire are not just dreams. They are already on their way to you. They are not distant goals that you must strive for with hard work and struggle. They are not rewards that only the lucky few will receive. No, they are your birthright. These things are meant for you. And the moment you decide to believe that they are already yours, you begin to align yourself with the infinite flow of abundance that the universe has in store for you. Too many people live their lives believing that abundance is something that must be earned, something that comes only after years of sacrifice and hard labor. They believe that success is for those who have worked the hardest or who have the most talent. But the truth is, success, wealth, and abundance are not reserved for a select few. They are available to everyone. They are available to you. The first step in claiming your abundance is understanding this simple truth. You don't have to work hard to achieve wealth. You don't have to strive for success as if it's something that only a few can attain. You don't have to chase after opportunities as though they're fleeting and difficult to catch. Instead, you need only to believe that wealth is already yours. You need only to believe that you are deserving of the life you desire. When you believe that you are worthy of success, that you are worthy of abundance, the universe will respond to you in kind. You are a co-creator with the universe. The law of attraction works through your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings. If you believe that wealth is difficult to attain, that success is something out of your reach, then that belief will become your reality. The universe will reflect back to you the very belief you hold in your heart. But when you believe that success is inevitable, when you believe that wealth is already yours, you begin to attract those things into your life. And this isn't some distant future, it's happening right now. The moment you align your thoughts with abundance, you begin to see opportunities everywhere you look. Success is not about struggling or working yourself to the bone. It is not about fighting for what you want. It is about allowing yourself to receive. It is about trusting that what you desire is already on its way to you, and that all you need to do is open yourself up to it. You are worthy of success, and you are worthy of the wealth you seek. This is not a distant dream. It is your present reality. You have only to believe it, but to believe in your own worthiness, you must first release all limiting beliefs and fears that you may have about success. Many people believe that they are not deserving of success. They believe that wealth is for others, not for them. They believe that they must struggle and sacrifice to achieve their goals. These beliefs are rooted in fear and scarcity. They are false beliefs, and they must be let go. The moment you choose to let go of these limiting beliefs, the moment you choose to embrace the truth that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer, everything will begin to shift. The universe is abundant. It is always offering opportunities for those who are open to receiving them. And when you choose to believe that success and wealth are already yours, the universe will respond by bringing these opportunities into your life. But it requires your faith, your trust, and your willingness to receive. You must trust that the universe has your best interests at heart. You must trust that the success you desire is already on its way to you. And when you trust, you will begin to see the opportunities, the people, and the circumstances that will help you manifest your desires. The more you trust in the flow of abundance, the more it will flow into your life. The more you focus on wealth, the more wealth will come to you. The more you focus on success, the more success will be attracted to you. You do not have to chase it. You do not have to force it. You must only trust that it is already yours, and it will begin to show up in your life in ways you never imagined. Let me say it again. Success, wealth, and abundance are not something you must chase after. They are already on their way to you. All you have to do is accept them. Accept that you are deserving of them. Accept that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. And the moment you accept it, the universe will begin to bring them to you. This is not a theory or an idea. This is the law of the universe, a law that is always working. Whether you are conscious of it or not, your thoughts are powerful, and your beliefs shape your reality. You are constantly creating your experience through the thoughts you think and the beliefs you hold. When you believe that you are deserving of wealth, when you believe that success is inevitable, the universe will mirror that belief back to you. It will bring you opportunities, it will bring you people, and it will bring you circumstances that align with your desires. Wealth is not something you must earn through struggle and sacrifice. It is not something you must chase after. It is something you must allow. Allow the flow of abundance into your life. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to believe that you are deserving of the success, wealth, and joy that you desire. When you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, everything changes. You begin to see the world in a new light. You begin to notice the opportunities that were always there, but that you couldn't see before. You begin to take inspired action, knowing that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. And with each action you take, the universe responds by bringing more abundance into your life. You do not have to wait for success. Success is already yours. You do not have to wait for wealth. Wealth is already yours. You do not have to wait for abundance. Abundance is already yours. All you need to do is believe it, accept it, and step into the flow of it. The universe is waiting to bless you with everything you desire. Are you ready to receive it? The wealth, success, and opportunities that you desire are already in motion, flowing toward you right now. The key to unlocking them is your willingness to accept that they are already yours. So often we spend our lives waiting for the right time, for the perfect moment, or for a signal from the universe to take action. But let me tell you, the right time is now. The perfect moment is now. Everything you desire is already on its way to you, and the only thing that can hold it back is your own belief in its arrival. You are a powerful magnet for the things you desire, and the universe is always responding to your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. When you align your mind with the truth that wealth is already yours, that success is already guaranteed, you begin to attract these things into your life. The more you believe it, the more you see it. The more you expect it, the more you receive it. This is how the law of attraction works, and it is always in play, whether you realize it or not. You are constantly attracting to you that which you focus on. When you focus on abundance, abundance flows to you. When you focus on success, success flows to you. When you focus on wealth, wealth flows to you. So you must ask yourself, what are you focusing on? What thoughts are you allowing to fill your mind? Are you focusing on the lack of what you want? Or are you focusing on the abundance that is already on its way to you? Every moment of every day you have the power to shift your focus, to align your thoughts with the reality you want to create. The moment you focus on what you want, instead of what you fear or lack, you begin to magnetize those desires into your life. It is not about waiting for the perfect opportunity, because every moment is an opportunity. It is not about waiting for everything to be just right before you take action. No, the universe is always moving, always working in your favor, always preparing the way for you. The question is, are you ready to walk through the door when it opens? Are you ready to accept what the universe is offering you? Many people wait for the right time, but the truth is, the right time is now. The universe is not waiting for some future moment when everything will line up perfectly. It is waiting for you to accept your abundance, to open the door and to walk through it. Everything you desire is available to you now, and the universe is already working to bring it into your experience. All you need to do is trust, believe, and take action. Trust that the opportunities you seek are already on their way to you. Trust that the people you need to meet, the resources you need to succeed, and the circumstances that will align with your desires are already being brought into your life. When you trust in the process, when you trust that the universe is always guiding you, you will begin to see how everything falls into place. The right people will show up at the right time. The right opportunities will present themselves when you need them most, and you will find yourself in the perfect position to receive the abundance that has been waiting for you all along. You must trust that you are always in the right place at the right time, and that every every step you take is a step toward your ultimate success. The universe is never working against you. It is always working in your favor, always aligning with your highest good. And the moment you choose to trust in this truth, the moment you choose to believe that everything is already in motion, everything will begin to unfold in ways that you never thought possible. But trust is not enough on its own. Belief is the driving force behind everything you manifest. You must believe, without a doubt, that your dreams are already becoming a reality. You must believe that the universe is bringing you everything you need right now to achieve your goals. When you believe that your success is inevitable, when you believe that your wealth is already on its way, the universe will respond by aligning every circumstance, every opportunity, and every person with that belief. Belief is the fuel that powers the law of attraction. Without belief, the universe cannot bring your desires into your life. But when you believe with unwavering faith that you are deserving of all that you want, when you know deep down in your soul that your success is assured, the universe begins to work on your behalf. It moves mountains, it opens doors, and it creates opportunities that you could never have imagined. The truth is, you are already on the path to success. The moment you believe it, the moment you accept that wealth, success, and abundance are already yours, you will begin to see the world around you change. The opportunities you've been waiting for will appear, and you will recognize them. The people you need to meet will cross your path, and you will welcome them with open arms. The success you desire is already in motion, and all that is required of you is to believe it. You see, the universe does not wait for you to be perfect before it brings you success. It doesn't wait for everything to be in place, or for the stars to align just right. The universe responds to your belief. It responds to the energy you put out. And when you believe that wealth is yours, that success is inevitable, and that abundance is your natural state, the universe has no choice but to reflect that belief back to you in your reality. It is time to stop doubting. It is time to stop questioning your worth and your ability to succeed. You are worthy of wealth. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. And the moment you accept this truth, the moment you believe that you are deserving of it, the doors of abundance will open wide, and everything you desire will flow into your life with ease. The universe is ready to give you everything you have ever dreamed of. It is ready to bring you wealth, success, happiness, and fulfillment. All that is required is for you to believe it. The moment you step into your own worth, the moment you believe that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer, the universe will respond in kind. Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to step into your abundance? The universe is waiting for you to say yes, to believe and to trust that everything you desire is already on its way. Now is your time. Believe it, claim it, and watch as your dreams come to life. Release all doubt, for it no longer serves you. Doubt is a barrier to your abundance. It is the voice in your mind that tells you that success is for others, but not for you. It whispers that you are not worthy, that your dreams are too big, or that you are not capable of achieving the wealth and success that you desire. But let me tell you something profound. Doubt is nothing more than an illusion, a false belief that has no place in your life. It is the enemy of your abundance, and the moment you choose to let go of it, you free yourself to embrace your true potential. Many people spend their lives in the grip of doubt. They doubt their worth, they doubt their ability, and they doubt the very possibility of their success. This doubt creates an invisible wall between them and the life they desire. It prevents them from stepping into their power, from claiming the wealth and abundance that are already available to them. But here's the truth. Doubt has no power over you unless you give it power. It cannot hold you back unless you allow it to. And you, my dear, are far more powerful than any doubt that arises within your mind. The moment you choose to release doubt, you step into a new reality. A reality where success is inevitable, where wealth is already yours, and where the universe is always working in your favor. It is a choice you must make, and when you make that choice, everything begins to change. The first step is to acknowledge that doubt is just a thought, a fleeting feeling that has no real substance. It is not the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is powerful, abundant, and capable of achieving everything you desire. Doubt tells you that your dreams are too far-fetched, that your goals are out of reach. But I am here to tell you that your dreams are not out of reach. They are within you right now. They are a part of your divine blueprint, and they are already on their way to you. You have everything you need inside of you to create the life you desire. All that is required is for you to believe it. When you believe that your dreams are possible, when you trust that the universe is guiding you toward your desires, doubt disappears. It loses its grip on you, and you are free to take inspired action toward your goals. Too often, people hold on to doubt because they feel it is their protection. They think that if they doubt their ability to succeed, they won't be disappointed when things don't go as planned. But this way of thinking only limits their potential. It keeps them small, stuck in a cycle of fear and uncertainty. But when you release doubt, you open the door to unlimited possibilities. You open yourself up to the infinite flow of abundance, to the wealth and success that have always been yours. Doubt is rooted in fear, and fear is the illusion that you are separate from your desires, separate from your abundance. Fear tells you that there is not enough for everyone, that there is not enough success, enough wealth, enough opportunities to go around. But that is simply not true. The universe is abundant. It is always providing, always offering opportunities for those who are willing to receive. And you, dear one, are more than deserving of everything it has to offer. The moment you release fear, the moment you stop believing in the illusion of scarcity, you step into the truth of your abundance. And when you step into your abundance, the universe will bring you all that you desire. You must let go of the old beliefs that have held you back. You must release the limiting thoughts that tell you that success is for others, but not for you. These beliefs were formed long ago, perhaps through past experiences, perhaps through the conditioning of society, but they are not your truth. Your truth is that you are a creator, a divine being capable of shaping your own reality. Your truth is that wealth, success, and abundance are already yours, waiting for you to claim them. And the moment you release doubt and fear, you step into the fullness of your truth. Trust is the antidote to doubt. Trust is the belief that everything is unfolding perfectly, even when you cannot see the full picture. Trust is knowing that the universe is guiding you toward your desires, even when things don't seem to be going according to plan. When you trust, you let go of the need to control every outcome. You surrender to the flow of life, knowing that it is leading you exactly where you need to be. Trust allows you to take bold, inspired action toward your goals, knowing that you are supported every step of the way. And when you trust, doubt has no place in your life. To trust is to have faith. Faith that the universe is always working in your favor. Faith that your desires are already on their way to you. Faith that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. And when you have faith, doubt disappears. It cannot exist in the presence of unwavering trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your ability to create the life you desire, and trust that the universe is always working with you, not against you. Release doubt now, and make space for faith. Make space for trust. Make space for the abundance that is already on its way to you. You do not need to know how everything will unfold. You do not need to have all the answers. All you need is faith and the willingness to take the next step. When you take action from a place of trust, when you believe that your success is inevitable, the universe will bring everything into alignment for you. The people, the resources, the opportunities, all will appear at the perfect time, and you will be ready to receive them, because you have released doubt and chosen to trust in the flow of life. Every time doubt creeps in, remind yourself of this truth. You are worthy of success. You are deserving of wealth. You are capable of achieving all that you desire. The universe is abundant, and there is more than enough for you. Trust in the abundance that is already on its way to you. Trust that the universe is always guiding you toward your highest good. And when you trust, doubt has no choice but to fall away, leaving only the clarity and peace that come with knowing you are exactly where you need to be. The moment you release doubt, you open the door to a life of limitless possibilities. You allow yourself to step into your full power, to embrace your worth, and to claim the abundance that is already yours. And in that moment, everything changes. The universe will respond to your trust, bringing you everything you desire and more. It is time to let go of doubt, to step into your trust, and to embrace the limitless abundance that is available to you right now. You are ready now to step into the full realization of your worth. The universe has been waiting for this moment, for the moment when you fully embrace who you truly are, abundant, powerful, deserving of all the good that life has to offer. It is not something you have to strive for. It is not something that will come only after you have earned it through hardship or struggle. No, this abundance is already yours, waiting for you to claim it. Too often we spend our lives looking for permission to succeed. We wait for someone to validate our dreams, to tell us we are worthy of wealth, or to give us the approval we feel we need. But let me tell you this, you do not need anyone's approval. You do not need to wait for the world to give you a sign that you are worthy. You are worthy simply because you exist. Your birthright is abundance. Your worthiness is not earned by your actions or determined by the opinions of others. It is inherent in your being. When you finally accept this truth, when you fully acknowledge that you are deserving of everything you desire, the entire universe will respond in kind. It will bring you the people, the opportunities, the resources, and the circumstances that align with your new belief. The only thing standing between you and the life you desire is your willingness to fully accept your worth and claim it. This is a moment of transformation, a moment where you decide once and for all that you are deserving of the life you've always imagined. No longer will you wait for permission. No longer will you doubt your ability. No longer will you shrink back, fearing that your dreams are too big or too far out of reach. Your dreams are yours to claim. They are already in your life's blueprint, and the moment you believe in your power to manifest them, they will begin to unfold effortlessly. When you embrace your worth, you begin to step into the flow of life. You stop pushing and forcing. You stop striving and struggling. Instead, you move with the current of the universe, which is abundant and filled with infinite possibilities. You begin to attract what you desire naturally, as if the world itself is conspiring to bring you everything you've ever wanted. This is the power of belief. This is the power of accepting your worth. The universe is not withholding anything from you. It is always ready to give, always ready to bless you with all the abundance you can imagine. And the moment you decide that you are ready to receive, you will notice how quickly everything begins to change. Opportunities will come to you. Success will flow to you. Abundance will surround you. But this all begins with you. It begins with you deciding that you are worthy of it all. You are not waiting for the universe to give you permission to succeed. You are not waiting for some sign or signal to let you know that it's your time. No, it is already your time. The time to claim your wealth, your happiness, and your success is right now. The time to step into your true power is right now. The time to believe that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer is right now. As you move forward, carry this knowing with you. Know that you are worthy of everything you desire. Know that the universe is already aligning everything for you. Know that all the success, wealth, and joy you seek is already on its way to you. And the moment you accept this truth, your life will begin to change in ways that you never thought possible. In every moment, affirm your worth, affirm that you are deserving of all good things. Know that your dreams are already unfolding. Know that everything you desire is already yours and the universe is bringing it to you right now. This is your time, and you are more than ready to claim your abundance. Affirmations to anchor your belief. I am worthy of all the success, wealth, and joy that life has to offer. I embrace my abundance and allow it to flow effortlessly into my life. The universe is always supporting me, bringing me opportunities, people, and resources aligned with my desires. I trust that everything I need is already on its way to me. I release all doubts about my worth and embrace the truth that I am deserving of my dreams. I am a magnet for wealth, success, and happiness, and I am open to receiving them now. My life is filled with abundance, and I joyfully accept all the good that is coming my way. Every day, in every way, I am becoming more aligned with my dreams and desires. I trust in the perfect timing of the universe and know that everything is unfolding for my highest good. I am a powerful creator, and I shape my life with my thoughts, beliefs, and actions. I am deserving of all the riches of life, and I claim them now. With these affirmations, let them resonate deeply within you. Let them fill your mind, your heart, and your soul. Speak them aloud, with conviction and certainty, and feel the power of your words as they begin to shape your reality. This is the moment you take full ownership of your abundance. The time to claim your worth and receive your blessings is now. Step into your power and know that everything you desire is already on its way.
There is a law that moves unseen, yet it governs all that is seen. To one who knows it, nothing is withheld. To one who ignores it, everything seems a struggle. The world calls it luck, chance, or opportunity, but it is none of these. It is the law of command. Whatever you decree with faith, with conviction, with unwavering certainty, must appear in your life. The invisible substance of the universe awaits your word, just as a faithful servant awaits the order of its master. The first million, whether in gold, in influence, in joy, or in every good thing, is not a matter of toil and sweat. It is a matter of alignment, of speaking the word with power and expectation. You cannot gather riches while thinking poverty. You cannot call forth abundance while holding doubt. You must command, and the command must be rooted in the knowing that what you decree is already yours in the unseen, simply awaiting expression in the seen. Each word you utter is a seed. Some plant thorns, others plant roses. If you would command a harvest of wealth, you must cast seeds of wealth in thought, in word, in imagination. The mind that complains of lack multiplies lack. The mind that blesses increase multiplies increase. Speak not of limitation, for limitation is but a shadow born of fear. Instead, declare boldly, my supply is endless. My opportunities are limitless. My million comes to me quickly, easily, in perfect ways. A fortune may be hidden behind a door of your own disbelief. The key is in your tongue. The spoken word charged with faith unlocks it. You are not begging, nor are you striving. You are commanding, and to command rightly, you must see yourself as heir to the storehouse of the universe. The riches of heaven are not stored away from you. They are stored up for you, awaiting your recognition. You may ask, but how shall this come? By what channel? Through what person? That is not your concern. The channel is many, the source is one. If you look to a single person or a single path, you limit the infinite. Release all anxiety about the how. Your task is the decree. The infinite mind arranges the way. To command your first million is to master the inner conversation. It is to cancel every idle word of fear, every jest of poverty, every complaint of insufficiency. It is to replace them with affirmations of wealth, songs of gratitude, visions of overflowing good. What you dare to command with faith, you will behold in form. Life does not answer to hesitation. It answers to certainty. And certainty comes not from the evidence of the eyes, but from the conviction of the spirit. Stand, then, in the authority of your word. Declare your million, expect it. Rejoice in it as though it were already in your hand, and watch as the unseen law fulfills the command you have spoken. The spoken word is the seed of wealth. Every utterance carries with it the vibration of creation, and each vibration shapes the field of life that surrounds you. To understand this is to recognize that nothing spoken is ever idle, nothing thought is ever lost, and nothing affirmed is without consequence. The unseen law takes every word as instruction, every statement as a command, and from that command the pattern of your life unfolds. When you speak of abundance, you sow abundance. When you speak of lack, you sow lack. The ground of your subconscious accepts the word as seed, nurtures it, and produces its harvest without judgment or delay. Words are not simply sounds formed by the tongue. They are currents of energy that impress upon the invisible substance of the universe. Imagine a seed pressed into fertile soil. It does not matter if it is a seed of roses or a seed of thorns, the soil will receive it and produce according to its kind. The same is true of your speech. Every complaint, every word of gratitude, every declaration of success or failure is a seed that must grow after its own nature. When you realize this, the casual word ceases to be casual. The idle phrase ceases to be idle, and every syllable becomes an instrument of creation. To command your first million, you must treat speech as the tool it truly is, a tool of mastery. If you would plant a garden of wealth, you cannot scatter seeds of poverty. Words of doubt, fear, worry, or limitation act like weeds, choking the tender shoots of prosperity before they rise. Guard the gate of your lips as you would guard the treasury of a king. Speak only that which you desire to see manifest. Replace every careless utterance with a deliberate decree. Say not, I cannot afford this, for the law will echo back with confirmation. Instead, declare, all that I need is supplied in perfect ways. When this becomes the habit of your speech, the harvest cannot fail. Your words do not merely describe your world, they create it. To say, money comes easily and in abundance, is not to lie or to deceive yourself, but to plant the seed of ease and abundance in the soil of the unseen. That seed, watered by faith and expectation, must push through into form. To declare, I am always lacking, nothing ever works for me, is to command the soil to bring forth lack and disappointment. The harvest is impartial. It yields to the kind of seed sown. Your fortune begins in your phrases, your riches are born in your affirmations, and your million awaits the command of your voice. Observe those who prosper. They speak in terms of increase, even in times of trial. They affirm that doors are opening, opportunities are coming, supply is certain. Their speech is aligned with their vision, and that alignment draws to them the means of its fulfillment. Contrast this with those who remain bound by want. Their words betray their inner poverty. They speak of what they cannot do, what they cannot have, how hard the world is, how little there is to go around. These words reinforce their condition, planting seed after seed of scarcity until the harvest overflows with lack. The spoken word, when joined with imagination, becomes irresistible. To say, I am wealthy, while seeing yourself as poor is to sow two kinds of seed, one of wealth and one of lack, and the harvest will be confusion. But when the vision within agrees with the word without, the soil of the subconscious magnifies the power of the seed. Picture the wealth you desire. See the accounts filled, the opportunities flowing, the life of freedom unfolding. Then affirm it aloud with conviction. This is mine, here and now, by divine right. This agreement between word and image charges the seed with life, compelling it to bear fruit quickly. Words spoken in faith have creative authority because they bypass doubt. Faith is the warmth that causes the seed to germinate. Without faith, words fall lifeless to the ground, but with faith, even the smallest declaration becomes a mighty command. The universe does not respond to half-hearted utterances, but to words charged with certainty. To say timidly, "I hope I might succeed," plants nothing of value. To say with power, "I succeed, I prosper, I command my million," is to release a decree that the law cannot deny. The harvest may not appear in a day, but it is set in motion with that command. Consider the child who learns language. At first, words are simple, yet each word brings forth experience. The child says, "Mother," and the mother appears. The child says, "Food," and the food is brought. The child learns that words call things into being. Yet as one grows, this truth is forgotten, and speech becomes careless. But the law has not changed. Words still call forth reality. The difference is that the adult, blind to the power of their speech, calls forth trouble, lack, and disappointment by repeating them daily. To reclaim the authority of the spoken word is to return to that original power, where every utterance draws forth the thing it names. The seed of wealth, once planted in word, grows according to its own design. You do not need to dig it up each day to see if it has sprouted. You need only continue speaking in alignment with it, watering it with gratitude, nourishing it with faith, shielding it from the weeds of contradiction. The careless remark, the jest about being broke, the sigh of despair, all these act like stones and thorns to the growing seed. Guard against them as you would guard against pests in a garden. If one slips through, uproot it immediately by speaking a stronger word of truth. I am rich in all ways, my supply is endless, I command and receive my million. The spoken word is not bound by time. A declaration made today may not bear fruit until tomorrow, yet it is never lost. Just as a seed may lie dormant through a season before bursting forth, so your words may wait until conditions align for their manifestation. This is why persistence in speech is vital. To declare once and then contradict 100 times is to scatter seeds in every direction, producing little or nothing. But to declare daily, hourly, with unwavering certainty, is to plant a field so abundant that no season can pass without harvest. You already live among the fruits of your past words. Look around and you will see the evidence. The conditions you experience today are the outgrowth of seeds sown yesterday, perhaps long forgotten. If you wish to change the harvest, you must change the seed. Do not despair at the weeds that have grown, for new words planted now will bring a new crop in due time. Begin with the affirmation of wealth, the constant reminder that abundance is your rightful state. Every time you speak of riches, you cast seed into the soil of tomorrow. Every time you declare success, you build the structure of your future. The million you desire is already forming, responding to the seed of your word. Command, don't beg. Authority attracts abundance. The difference between a beggar and a commander is not circumstance, but consciousness. The beggar approaches life, as if supply lies outside of him, pleading with the world, with people, even with fate itself to release a portion of good. He believes himself powerless, at the mercy of chance or the will of others. The commander, however, understands that supply flows through him, not to him. He does not plead, for he knows that the law of abundance is impartial and ever-present, waiting only for a clear directive. To command is to recognize yourself as heir to infinite riches, to take your rightful place as one who speaks with authority, expecting obedience from the unseen forces that govern manifestation. To beg is to affirm lack. Each time you plead, you declare that you do not already possess, that you are separated from your good, that you are undeserving of it, until something outside grants it. The very act of begging places you in a posture of deficiency, and the law, always obedient to your word, mirrors that deficiency in form. But to command is to affirm possession, to recognize that what you desire already exists in the invisible and must reveal itself in the visible. The commander does not plead for money, opportunities, or favor. He speaks the word, claiming them as his own, and then moves as though they are already present. Authority is the magnet that draws abundance. Imagine a sovereign ruler who speaks a decree. The subjects do not question, they act. The decree does not waver, it does not beg, it does not plead, it commands. The unseen law responds to you in the same way. If you speak weakly, doubtingly, as though unworthy of being heard, your decree has no force. But if you speak with certainty, with the calm authority of one who knows, the law hastens to obey. The universe itself bends to the voice of authority. Wealth rushes to meet the one who declares it as his own, while it avoids the one who supplicates, as though it were a favor to be granted. To command rightly, you must first command yourself. The inner voice of doubt, the subtle whisper that says, "You cannot," or "You are unworthy," must be silenced by the stronger voice of truth. Authority begins within. Speak to yourself as a ruler would speak to his subject. I am wealthy, I am powerful, I am divinely supplied. I am always provided for. Each affirmation disciplines the inner realm, training the mind to obey the higher decree. Once the inner world bows to command, the outer world follows in perfect reflection. The beggar asks, "Will this be given to me?" The commander declares, "It is mine." The beggar waits for permission, the commander issues the order. The beggar hopes, the commander expects. These differences may seem small, but they create entire worlds apart. When you hope, you leave space for disappointment. When you expect, you claim inevitability. Hope belongs to one who doubts, expectation belongs to one who commands. Abundance gravitates toward expectation, because expectation is authority in action. You must see yourself as one who has the right to command. Authority is not arrogance, for arrogance is rooted in insecurity, trying to prove what it does not believe. True authority is quiet, steady, confident, grounded in the knowledge of divine law. A commander does not shout to convince himself, nor does he argue with others to prove his power. He simply speaks, knowing the unseen world listens. He knows that he is backed by the infinite, that his word carries weight beyond his own effort, and that what he declares must come to pass. This recognition removes struggle and replaces it with assurance. Consider the difference in posture. The beggar bends low, stretching out hands to receive, eyes lifted with longing, voice trembling with hope. The commander stands upright, shoulders square, gaze steady, hands open to receive what is already his. His voice is firm, his word is final. The beggar places power in another's hand, the commander claims the power within. Which posture do you believe draws wealth? Which posture does the law of supply obey? Always the one who commands, never the one who begs. Authority attracts abundance because it aligns with the truth of the universe. The infinite source of all supply does not withhold, does not ration, does not discriminate. It is ever giving, ever flowing, seeking only the channel through which it may express. The beggar blocks the channel by affirming separation and insufficiency. The commander opens the channel by affirming possession and sufficiency. The law moves swiftly through the open channel. Abundance pours in where authority has spoken. Every time you ask with desperation, you delay your good. Every time you speak with command, you hasten it. Notice your own words. Are you pleading with life? Do you say, "I wish I had money," or "I hope things work out"? These are the phrases of the beggar. Replace them with, "I have more than enough. Everything works in my favor. My million comes quickly and perfectly." These are the declarations of the commander. Speak them until they become your natural language, until your very tone carries authority. Authority also attracts because it inspires action. A beggar waits passively, hoping something will be handed to him. A commander moves confidently, knowing the way will open as he steps forward. He does not wait for evidence before acting, his action is evidence of his faith. Because he moves with authority, doors open, people respond, opportunities gather. The very air around him vibrates with expectancy, and life cannot help but meet him with abundance. Think of a stage. Two voices call from it. One voice is trembling, pleading for help, uncertain if anyone will listen. The other voice is firm, clear, commanding, as though it already knows the audience will respond. Which voice do you follow? Which voice moves you to act? Life itself responds in the same way. Weak words drift unheard, while words of command move forces seen and unseen into motion. Authority attracts abundance, because authority is aligned with the truth that you are not separate from the source of all wealth. To beg is to say, I am apart from it. To command is to say, I am one with it. The beggar prays to a distant power, while the commander speaks as the channel of that power. The beggar waits for an answer, the commander declares the answer already given. This recognition collapses delay, for nothing needs to travel from outside, it flows from within, through the command you issue. Your million is not waiting for you to beg, it is waiting for you to command. Not with arrogance, not with doubt, but with calm. Steady authority that knows. To command is to speak as if it were already done, to act as though it were already yours, to carry yourself as the one to whom abundance naturally belongs. Authority attracts, authority multiplies, authority manifests. The spoken decree becomes the living reality, for the law obeys the tone of command. Focus on vision, not limitation. The mind is a stage upon which the drama of life is written, rehearsed, and performed. What you behold within, you eventually hold without. To focus on limitation is to magnify chains, to see walls where there are doors, to blind yourself to the riches that stand ready at your command. To focus on vision is to lift the inner sight beyond the present appearance, to behold the life you desire as though it already stood before you. The inner eye directs the outer world, and the law responds faithfully to the image you hold most persistently. If you fill your vision with lack, you reproduce lack. If you fill it with abundance, you reproduce abundance. Limitation whispers constantly, reminding you of what seems impossible, of what you do not yet see, of what others have failed to achieve. These whispers are illusions born of fear, and fear is nothing but faith inverted. Faith in failure instead of success. Every moment you focus on limitation, you feed fear, and fear grows strong enough to block the doorway of opportunity. Vision, however, dissolves fear. When you picture clearly the result you seek, when you hold it steadily despite appearances, you strengthen faith, and faith acts as the magnet that draws conditions into alignment. The image is the mold into which the unseen substance flows. Hold the mold of limitation, and you receive limitation. Hold the mold of vision, and you receive fulfillment. Consider a sculptor standing before a block of marble. He does not stare at the stone in despair, lamenting its hardness or its weight. He holds instead the vision of the figure hidden within. The chisel in his hand moves according to the image in his mind. To one without vision, the block is only stone, impenetrable and stubborn. To the sculptor, the block is the very material of beauty, waiting to reveal what he already sees inside. Life is no different. To the one who focuses on limitation, circumstances appear immovable. To the one who focuses on vision, those same circumstances become the raw material of success, shaped according to the inner image. Vision is not fantasy, for fantasy is an idle daydream without conviction. Vision is a living picture charged with faith, held with determination, spoken with authority, and acted upon as though it were already reality. When you see your million with the eyes of vision, you no longer ask whether it is possible. You see it as inevitable. You feel its weight, you hear its movement, you sense its presence. The outer world may still show emptiness, but the inner world is already full, and it is only a matter of time before the fullness of the unseen pushes into the seen. Limitation disguises itself as logic, reason, practicality, and caution. It will say, you do not have enough education, enough connections, enough resources, enough experience. It will point to the failures of the past, the struggles of others, the statistics of difficulty. But vision ignores such voices. Vision listens only to the inner certainty that what you desire is already yours. Vision refuses to measure itself by the yardstick of limitation, for vision knows that the unseen source is infinite and unlimited. To focus on limitation is to be imprisoned by appearances. To focus on vision is to walk free of appearances, guided by the greater law that shapes circumstances to match the inner picture. You may find that limitation comes in the form of your own words. To say, "I cannot afford it," is to declare poverty. To say, "This is too difficult," is to declare defeat. Each of these words reinforces the vision of lack. Replace them with words that strengthen your vision. I have all I need. Everything is working for my good. My success is assured. These affirmations are not empty phrases. They are the language of vision, painting the picture of abundance upon the canvas of the mind. Speak them until they drown out the language of limitation, until your inner dialogue reflects only the vision you choose. Vision requires discipline. The eyes of the flesh will constantly tempt you with limitation, showing you bills, debts, obstacles, rejections. The eyes of the spirit must remain fixed on the vision of wealth, opportunity, freedom, and success. Every time you are tempted to speak of lack, turn your thought to the vision of abundance. Every time you are tempted to complain of difficulty, turn your thought to the vision of victory. This discipline strengthens the image within until it becomes more real to you than what you see around you. When the inner becomes more real than the outer must change to reflect the inner. Great achievements have always been born of vision, never of limitation. The inventor who created light did not dwell on the darkness. The explorer who crossed unknown seas did not focus on the dangers of storms, but on the land he sought. The builder of cities did not despair over empty fields, but envisioned streets, buildings, and bustling crowds where none yet existed. The same law applies to wealth, success, and freedom. You cannot command your first million while staring at an empty purse. You must hold the vision of abundance so firmly that the empty purse becomes invisible, a temporary shadow soon to be filled with the substance of your decree. Vision draws to itself the means of fulfillment. When you see clearly, you begin to act in harmony with the vision. Ideas come, doors open, people appear, opportunities align. These do not come by chance. They are summoned by the magnetism of vision. Limitation repels them, for when you focus on obstacles, you radiate defeat, and life reflects it back. Vision attracts them, for when you focus on success, you radiate confidence, and life rushes to confirm it. The law is impartial, responding only to the image you hold most strongly. If your vision wavers, your results waver. If you alternate between focusing on wealth and focusing on lack, you create a divided harvest, a field where roses and thorns grow together. You must choose one vision and hold it steadfastly, refusing to be swayed by appearances. The farmer who plants wheat does not expect weeds simply because weeds once grew in the field. He knows that the seed determines the harvest. Likewise, once you plant the seed of vision, you need not fear the weeds of limitation. Hold fast to the image, water it with faith, shield it from doubt, and the harvest must appear. Focus is power. To scatter thought among limitations is to weaken your force. To concentrate thought upon vision is to magnify it. When a magnifying glass focuses the sun's rays, it generates fire. When the mind focuses the rays of thought upon a single vision, it generates manifestation. Every distraction, every fear, every complaint disperses your power. Every affirmation, every image, every declaration concentrates it. To command your million, you must focus the light of your mind upon the vision of wealth, until it burns through every appearance of limitation. What you see inwardly determines what you experience outwardly. If you see only limitation, you will stumble against it at every step. If you see only vision, you will walk paths that others cannot perceive, doors will open where others see walls, and opportunities will appear where others see only emptiness. The power is not in the outer world but in the inner sight. The outer world reflects like a mirror, showing back to you the picture you hold most clearly within. To change the reflection, you must change the vision. To change the harvest, you must change the seed. Supply is infinite, channels are many. The great mistake of human thought is to confuse the channel with the source. People imagine their income is their job, their wealth is their business, their support is a person, their provision is a system. When one channel dries up, they despair, believing their supply is gone. But the source is never gone, for the source is infinite. The channel is only one path through which the infinite expresses itself. If one channel closes, another opens, for the supply itself cannot be exhausted. It is boundless, eternal, ever-flowing, and it seeks expression through countless avenues. To believe supply is limited is to bind yourself in chains of fear. You watch one channel closely, guarding it anxiously, afraid it might fail you. In your fear, you hold too tightly, and the very grip blocks the flow. But when you release the belief that supply must come through one way, you open yourself to the countless ways the infinite can deliver your good. Money may come through business, through gifts, through opportunities, through ideas, through sudden inspiration, through unexpected favor. There is no shortage of ways, only a shortage of belief. The one who knows supply is infinite never worries about the channel, for he trusts the source. The river does not worry if one branch dries up, for the ocean feeds it from depths that cannot be emptied. Likewise, your good comes not from a single stream, but from an ocean without end. The mistake of most is to think, this is my only chance, this is my only way. This person is my only hope. They tie themselves to the channel and forget the source. When that channel shifts, they believe all is lost. But the truth is that the source is infinite, and the law of supply cannot be exhausted. To focus on the channel is to live in fear. To focus on the source is to live in freedom. Your million does not depend on one employer, one contract, one idea, or one connection. It depends on the recognition that abundance is everywhere, waiting to flow through whichever channels are open. When one door closes, the fearful cry, "It is the end." The faithful declare, "This means a greater door is opening." For they know the law never stops, it simply redirects. Infinite supply is like light. It shines everywhere at once. You cannot block it, you cannot limit it, you cannot exhaust it. At most, you can close your eyes and refuse to see it, but it still shines, waiting for you to open your vision. Scarcity is an illusion born of attachment to a single channel. A farmer may think his field is the only place food can grow, but the earth holds endless fields, and the sun shines on them all. The fisherman may think his net is the only means of provision, but the sea teems with life beyond measure. The worker may think his paycheck is the only flow of supply, but the universe holds treasures, opportunities, and ideas uncountable. To cling to one channel is to shrink the infinite into the narrowest form. To trust the source is to expand into endless possibility. Consider the one who panics when he loses his job. He believes his supply has ended because the channel he depended on has closed. Yet how often do such losses lead to greater opportunities, new businesses, richer income streams? The apparent loss was never loss of supply, only the closing of one channel to make way for a better one. The universe is fluid, it never runs dry. It reshapes, redirects, reflows. The one who trusts in infinite supply welcomes change, for he knows every shift is the movement of the law, leading him to greater good. The channels are many, and often they appear where least expected. A word spoken in passing opens a door. A meeting by chance becomes the link to fortune. An idea in a moment of stillness blossoms into a stream of wealth. These are not accidents, they are the countless channels through which supply expresses itself. When you cling only to the expected, you blind yourself to the unexpected. To walk in abundance, you must stay open, knowing that supply can come from anywhere, through anyone, at any time. The mind trained in limitation resists this truth. It says, "I do not see how it can happen. I do not know anyone who could provide. I do not see the way." But the way is not yours to see in advance. The source is infinite, and its wisdom is higher than your reasoning. Your part is not to dictate the channel, but to declare the supply and trust that the law will choose the perfect path. When you fix your faith on one path only, you may miss the greater path opening beside it. To trust the infinite is to release control of the how, and rejoice in the certainty of the what. Supply is infinite not only in money but in ideas, in energy, in creativity, in health, in joy. Every form of wealth flows from the same endless source. If one avenue of wealth seems blocked, another is already forming. If one business fails, another rises. If one plan falters, a greater plan emerges. The infinite cannot be contained by a single structure. It always overflows, always multiplies, always renews. You need only attune yourself to its presence, and you will see channels open where you thought none existed. Think of air. You do not fear that you might take the last breath and leave none for others. You trust that the atmosphere holds more than enough for all. Supply is like air, boundless and available to all. When you breathe it in with confidence, it fills you. When you hold your breath in fear, you suffocate. In the same way, when you trust the infinite supply, you are filled. When you fear that it is limited, you cut yourself off from its flow. The law is simple: release fear, embrace trust, and the channels open wide. The channels are many because the source delights in variety. Just as a tree does not grow only one leaf but thousands, life does not provide through one channel but through countless. Some leaves fall, others grow, but the tree remains full, so it is with your supply. One income stream may fade, but others rise to take its place. One idea may fail, but another springs forth richer than before. One person may leave, but others arrive carrying gifts greater than you imagined. The infinite expresses itself in diversity, ensuring that no single channel ever holds your destiny. To focus on infinite supply is to live free of fear. You no longer cling desperately to one job, one deal, one person, believing it to be your lifeline. You see instead that all of life is your lifeline, that the infinite cannot fail, and that channels are abundant beyond number. This freedom gives you courage to act boldly, for you know that even if one attempt fails, the source remains, ready to flow through new ways. Fear paralyzes, trust liberates. The one who trusts infinite supply walks forward unafraid, confident that provision follows every step. Your million, then, is not trapped in a single path. It is already present in the infinite, ready to manifest through whichever channels you allow. If you demand it come one way, you may block the greater way. If you release control, you open yourself to endless ways. The law always provides. The source never fails, the channels never end. Supply is infinite, channels are many. Certainty manifests, hesitation delays. The law of creation responds to the vibration of confidence, not the trembling of doubt. When you move with certainty, the unseen forces align swiftly. Doors open, paths clear, and opportunities hasten to appear. Certainty is the seal upon the decree, the invisible authority that compels manifestation. Hesitation, however, clouds the signal, confuses the command, and postpones the fulfillment of your word. The universe does not respond to indecision. It waits until the order is clear. When the mind wavers between faith and fear, the result wavers too, and what could have been immediate becomes delayed, scattered, or even lost. Certainty is the recognition that what you command is already yours in the unseen, waiting only for its proper expression in the visible. It is not stubborn hope, it is not blind wishing, it is knowledge. To walk in certainty is to walk as though the million you declared is already in your hand, as though the success you envisioned is already surrounding you, as though the abundance you affirmed is already flowing. This posture of mind creates magnetic power. Life reflects back to you the confidence you project, for the law always returns what you send. When you radiate certainty, you attract certainty. When you radiate hesitation, you attract delay. Hesitation is born of divided thought. One moment you say, "It is mine," and the next moment you wonder, "But what if it does not come?" Each contradiction cancels the decree. Planting both wheat and weeds in the same field, the harvest then becomes mixed, confused, delayed. To eradicate hesitation, you must discipline the inner conversation, allowing no word of doubt to take root. Replace every "what if it fails" with "cannot fail." Replace every "I hope" with "I know." Replace every "someday" with "no." Certainty speaks in the present tense, for it knows that in the realm of spirit, all is accomplished already. The one who hesitates waits for signs before moving. But the one who is certain moves first, and the signs follow. Faith does not wait for evidence, it produces evidence. When you act as though your command is already fulfilled, the law rushes to confirm your act. Hesitation, however, holds back, analyzing, doubting, calculating, seeking reassurance. This delays the movement of the law, for the law mirrors the state of your belief. If you hesitate, the law hesitates. If you stand firm, the law moves swiftly. Certainty is not arrogance, it is alignment. Arrogance insists on its own power alone. But certainty rests in the power of the unseen law. It knows that the spoken word, once charged with faith, must manifest. It does not demand by force, it declares by authority. The quiet assurance of certainty is stronger than the loudest cry of doubt. The one who speaks calmly, firmly, with the tone of inevitability, commands greater power than the one who shouts from fear. The universe reads vibration, not volume. Consider the traveler who stands at a crossroads. Hesitation keeps him rooted in place, weighing each path, fearing to make the wrong step. He remains unmoved, and so nothing unfolds for him. The certain traveler chooses his direction, steps forward, and the path reveals itself as he walks. Doors that were invisible open, resources that were hidden emerge, helpers appear. His certainty activates the journey. His movement proves his belief. Where hesitation delays, certainty accelerates. Certainty transforms obstacles into stepping stones. The hesitant one sees a barrier and doubts, wondering if he should turn back. The certain one declares, "This too serves my good," and the barrier becomes the very material of his success. Certainty carries a vibration that bends conditions, reshaping what looks like defeat into triumph. Hesitation magnifies problems, but certainty dissolves them. For certainty is rooted in the knowledge that the outcome is already secured. Every thought of hesitation is a leak in the vessel of manifestation. Imagine filling a jar with water. If the jar is cracked with hesitation, the water seeps out and the vessel never fills. Certainty seals the cracks, allowing the jar to overflow. Each word of doubt, each fearful imagination, each moment of indecision drains power from your decree. Each word of certainty, each confident image, each bold action multiplies power. The law is exact, you receive according to your belief. If your belief is certain, your manifestation is swift. If your belief hesitates, your manifestation waits. Hesitation also paralyzes action. The hesitant mind asks endlessly, what if I fail? What if I lose? What if this is not the right time? And so no action is taken, no seed is planted, no door is knocked upon. The certain mind acts, knowing that even if one step seems imperfect, the law will use it as part of the perfect unfolding. Certainty does not wait for flawless conditions, it moves and allows perfection to arise from movement. Delay in action is delay in results. Certainty moves boldly and results move boldly in return. Certainty is contagious. Others feel it, trust it, and respond to it. Opportunities are attracted to those who radiate assurance. People support those who walk with confidence. Circumstances bend toward those who refuse to waver. Hesitation repels, for it signals weakness and fear. Certainty attracts, for it signals strength and success. The world does not rally behind the one who doubts, but it eagerly follows the one who knows. Your certainty becomes the anchor that draws allies, partners, clients, and helpers into your orbit. Certainty requires practice, for the mind is often trained in hesitation. You may have been taught to wait, to doubt, to fear disappointment. But certainty grows with use. Each time you declare a thing and hold to it unwaveringly, and then see it manifest, your certainty strengthens. Small demonstrations lead to greater ones. Just as muscles grow through repeated exercise, certainty grows through repeated command. Begin with affirmations you can easily believe, then expand to larger declarations. With each fulfilled decree, your hesitation fades, and certainty becomes your natural state. To cultivate certainty, live as though your good is already present. Walk as though wealth surrounds you. Speak as though success is assured. Carry yourself as one who already possesses. This posture of being transmits a signal of certainty that draws manifestation quickly. Hesitation speaks in the future tense. I will have, I will be, I will do. Certainty speaks in the present tense. I am, I have, it is. The law always matches the tense of your belief. If you place your good in the future, it remains there. If you claim it now, it appears now. Hesitation weakens imagination. The hesitant mind cannot hold a picture steadily, for doubt interrupts the image, clouding it with fear. The certain mind paints the vision boldly and holds it unwaveringly. This steady vision becomes the mold into which the unseen substance flows. Just as a builder cannot raise a structure on shifting plans, the law cannot manifest clearly on shifting thoughts. Certainty fixes the plan. Hesitation erases it. Certainty builds, hesitation delays the foundation. Certainty is not the denial of obstacles, it is the refusal to be ruled by them. You may see challenges, but you declare, they are overcome. You may see delays, but you affirm, they are temporary. You may see difficulties, but you know, they are stepping stones. Hesitation magnifies the problem, certainty magnifies the solution. The same condition can defeat the hesitant or elevate the certain, depending only on the stance of mind. The truth is that life itself responds more swiftly to certainty than to hesitation, because certainty is alignment with law. The law of supply. The law of command, the law of manifestation. These do not falter, they do not waver, they do not hesitate. When you hesitate, you step out of rhythm with the law. When you are certain, you move in harmony with it. Harmony produces speed, discord produces delay. The certainty of your word tunes you to the certainty of universal law, and in that resonance, manifestation becomes inevitable. Your million is not delayed by conditions outside you, it is delayed only by hesitation within you. The moment you declare with certainty and refuse to withdraw, the process begins. The moment you waver, the process pauses. The moment you stand firm again, the process resumes. The law does not punish or reward, it reflects. When you hesitate, it reflects hesitation. When you are certain, it reflects certainty. The choice lies always in your thought, your word, your vibration.
Money comes when you feel safe to receive it. Money is not waiting for the right time. It's waiting for the right feeling. You see, money doesn't flow to the anxious, the desperate, or the doubtful. It flows to the one who feels safe, safe to receive, safe to hold, safe to enjoy. The reason most people block their blessings is not because they don't deserve them. It's because, deep down, they don't feel safe having them. They fear losing it, they fear being judged, they fear change. And fear, beloved, is the invisible wall that keeps abundance outside your door. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Fear is faith inverted. It's believing more in loss than in gain, more in danger than in divine supply. But the moment you choose peace over panic, heaven begins to move, because the universe listens not to your words, but to your energy. When your heart says, 'It's safe for me to be wealthy,' money starts to find you, quietly, naturally, effortlessly. And that is what we are here to remember today. Money doesn't come when you work harder. It comes when you feel safer. Because safety is faith. Safety is trust. Safety is surrender to the divine plan. So take a deep breath now. Let go of every worry, every fear, every doubt. You don't have to earn peace. You just have to allow it. You are safe to receive. You are safe to be wealthy. And starting today, money will come to you. Because you finally feel safe to let it. There is a law in this universe that cannot be broken. The law of safety. It says that nothing can stay in a place where it feels unwelcome. Money, too, obeys this law. It is energy, and energy is sensitive. It gravitates toward peace and flees from fear. It feels at home with calm hearts, but it escapes from anxious ones. You see, many people work tirelessly, pray constantly, and speak affirmations daily, yet still find themselves waiting for increase. They ask, why isn't it coming? The truth is simple but rarely understood. Money does not come where it does not feel safe. It does not settle in a home filled with fear, guilt, or shame. It waits until your energy says, I am ready. I am safe. I am at peace with prosperity. Florence Scovel Shinn said, man can only receive what he feels is his by divine right. That means before money appears in your life, you must feel emotionally secure in having it. You must know, not just hope, that it is your divine right to be supported, supplied, and sustained. When that knowing becomes your normal vibration, money begins to appear naturally. Say this now: I am safe to be wealthy. I am safe to receive abundance. Again, I am safe to be wealthy. I am safe to receive abundance. One more time. I am safe to be wealthy. I am safe to receive abundance. The universe is not withholding from you. It is waiting for you to feel safe enough to hold what you've asked for. When you feel safe, your nervous system relaxes, your aura expands, and your energy becomes magnetic. That is when the flow begins. Think of a river. When the banks are calm and steady, the water flows smoothly. But when fear creates chaos, when anxiety builds walls of resistance, the flow becomes blocked. The river does not disappear, it is merely dammed by tension. Your safety releases that dam. Beloved, money wants to flow to you. It wants to partner with you, serve you, and bless others through you. But it can only do so when you believe it's safe to receive. If deep down you feel money causes pain, problems, or pressure, you will unconsciously repel it. The energy of fear whispers, "I'm not ready," and the universe listens. The energy of peace declares, "I am open," and the universe obeys. Safety is not built by the world, it is built by spirit. You don't become safe when you have money. You receive money because you already feel safe. Florence taught that faith is expectancy. Expectancy is the calm knowing that what you need will arrive. Without struggle, without strain, without delay. That calm expectancy is spiritual safety in motion. Say this now: I trust the process of my prosperity. Again, I trust the process of my prosperity. One more time, I trust the process of my prosperity. Every time you choose faith over fear, you build a foundation strong enough to hold miracles. Every time you choose peace over panic, you expand your capacity to receive. Safety is the soil of manifestation. Without it, your seeds of desire cannot take root. But once you feel safe, safe to have, safe to hold, safe to keep, the garden of wealth begins to bloom. And do you know why safety attracts so much? Because it signals trust, and trust is love. The universe cannot resist love, because it is made of love. When you love life, life loves you back. When you trust money, money trusts you back. When you feel safe with the idea of having more, more begins to find its way into your hands. Florence said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest good but fear." So today, release the fear. Release the thought that money might harm you. Release the fear of losing it once you gain it. Release the guilt of wanting more. You were never meant to struggle. You were meant to express the abundance of God through peace. Say this now: I am safe with money, and money is safe with me. Again, I am safe with money, and money is safe with me. One more time: I am safe with money, and money is safe with me. Every time you speak that truth, your energy shifts, your heart opens, your field expands, and the law of safety begins to work for you. Quietly, faithfully, perfectly, you will notice things change around you. Opportunities that once felt blocked will begin to open. People will start to respond differently to your energy. Unexpected blessings will appear, not because you chased them, but because your vibration invited them home. Money, beloved, is not your enemy. It is your ally. It wants to rest in peaceful hands. It wants to circulate through loving hearts. It wants to stay where it feels safe. And when you become that place, when your energy says, "I am safe, I am ready, I am open," you will find that money has been trying to find you all along. It is not waiting for your hard work. It is waiting for your peace. It is waiting for your safety. It is waiting for your yes. And when you say yes from your spirit, not from your fear, abundance rushes in, under grace, in perfect ways. So many people say they want abundance, but deep within, they are afraid of it. They fear what it might change. They fear who they might become. They fear being judged, envied, or misunderstood. And without realizing it, that fear becomes a silent barrier between them and the flow of money. You see, the universe always matches your inner permission. It will never give you more than you feel safe to hold. That's not punishment, it's protection. Because love will never send you what your energy still feels unsafe to receive. Florence Scovel Shinn said, Man's supply is inexhaustible when he trusts in the spirit of abundance. But you cannot trust what you fear, and many souls, without knowing, fear money itself. They associate it with stress, with loss, with power, with change. They pray for increase, but their vibration whispers, "I'm not ready." And so, the blessing waits, not denied, just delayed, until the heart feels safe. Say this now: I am ready to receive without fear. Again, I am ready to receive without fear. One more time, I am ready to receive without fear. There is a difference between wanting and allowing. Wanting comes from lack, it says, "I don't have enough." Allowing comes from safety, it says, "I trust that what is mine will come." When you allow, you relax. You open, you receive. When you want in fear, you tighten. You resist, you delay. Beloved, your only work is to feel safe in the presence of money. Not desperate for it, not suspicious of it, not guilty about it, just peaceful. It begins with forgiveness. Forgive the moments when money brought pain. Forgive yourself for misusing it, fearing it, or running from it. Forgive those who lacked wisdom with it. Money itself has no intention. It only amplifies the one who holds it. When you heal your relationship with it, you purify the channel through which abundance flows. Say this now: I forgive my past with money, and I welcome new blessings now. Again, I forgive my past with money, and I welcome new blessings now. Money wants to be with you. It wants to work through you. It wants to bless others through your hands. But it cannot dwell where fear reigns. And so, the healing begins not in your wallet, but in your heart. Florence said, "Every fear is a distrust of God." When you fear money, you are really fearing the flow of life itself. You are saying, "I don't trust that I can handle good things." But the truth is, you can. Because God never sends what you cannot carry. The same power that gave you the desire for wealth also gave you the capacity to manage it. You are built for abundance. You are designed for prosperity, and the moment you feel safe with that truth, your outer world begins to reflect it. Say this now: it is safe for me to be wealthy. Again, it is safe for me to be wealthy. One more time. It is safe for me to be wealthy. Fear of receiving often hides behind good intentions. Some people say, "I just want enough to get by," thinking humility pleases heaven. But heaven is not glorified by your limitation. It is glorified by your expansion. When you prosper, you prove divine law. When you flourish, you show what trust can do. When you overflow, you become a blessing to others. That is not greed. That is gratitude in action. Florence taught that nothing stands between man and his highest good but fear. That fear can disguise itself as modesty, guilt, or doubt. It whispers, "Who am I to be wealthy?" And Spirit answers, "You are my creation. Who are you not to be?" Say this now: I am worthy of abundance because I am one with God. Again, I am worthy of abundance because I am one with God. One more time. I am worthy of abundance because I am one with God. The fear of receiving fades when you remember your divine identity. You are not a beggar before heaven. You are a beloved heir. You are not chasing miracles. You are awakening to them. You are not earning blessings. You are aligning with them. So breathe deeply now. Imagine yourself standing under a golden waterfall of light, soft, warm, endless. That light is supply. It's love. It's money in spiritual form. It's been pouring for you all along, waiting for you to step beneath it. Feel yourself say quietly, "It's safe for me to stand here. It's safe for me to receive." A money begins to flow when fear begins to dissolve, and fear dissolves when love takes its place. You do not push it away anymore. You welcome it home. Beloved, wealth is not something you must chase. It is something that has always been around you, waiting for your permission to enter. And the moment you give that permission, not in words, but in energy, your life begins to change. You will start to notice signs: small gifts, unexpected payments, doors opening, people helping. The flow always begins gently to match your new feeling of safety. And as you continue to affirm peace, the river widens. Say this now: money feels safe with me because I feel safe with life. Again, money feels safe with me because I feel safe with life. One more time, money feels safe with me because I feel safe with life. This is how you heal the fear of receiving. By knowing that money is not your master, it is your messenger. It brings you proof that your faith works. It comes not to test you, but to bless you. And when you stop fearing it, you start freeing it. Florence said, "There is no separation between God and man, therefore, there can be no separation between man and his supply. You were never separate from abundance. You were only afraid to open the door. Now you know the truth. You are worthy. You are ready. You are safe. And the money that once seemed far away is already finding its way to you. Gently, gracefully, in perfect divine timing. It is safe for you to receive now. It is safe for you to expand now. It is safe for you to live in wealth, under grace, in perfect ways. And so it is. Money is energy. It is not paper, not numbers, not coins. It is vibration. It is spirit clothed in form. And like every vibration in the universe, it responds to emotion. When your emotions are filled with fear, money moves away. When your emotions are filled with trust, money moves closer. When you radiate peace, it rests near you. When you radiate tension, it hides. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "The invisible forces are ever working for man, who is always pulling good into visibility through his faith." Your emotions are those invisible forces. They are the language through which you speak to the universe. Constantly, silently, powerfully. You may not say a word about money, yet your feelings are speaking all day long. If you feel anxious when you spend, the energy of lack speaks. If you feel guilt when you receive, the energy of unworthiness speaks. If you feel peace when you give, the energy of trust speaks. And money listens to whichever voice is the loudest. Say this now: my emotions are magnets for abundance. Again, my emotions are magnets for abundance. One more time. My emotions are magnets for abundance. You cannot deceive the universe with words alone. You can speak affirmations for hours, but if your emotions are still rooted in fear, the flow cannot come. The secret is emotional alignment. When your feelings and your words move in the same rhythm. When your declaration becomes your inner atmosphere. That is why Florence emphasized the spoken word, not as empty repetition, but as vibration training. Each word spoken in faith tunes your emotions to the frequency of wealth. You begin to feel what you say. You begin to believe what you imagine. And when you believe, energy moves. Imagine a radio. It can only play what it is tuned to. The universe works the same way. Money, opportunity, and supply are like frequencies. If you are tuned to fear, you cannot receive abundance. Not because it isn't there, but because you are not aligned with it. Shift your emotion, and the frequency changes. Say this now: I am tuned to the frequency of peace and prosperity. Again, I am tuned to the frequency of peace and prosperity. One more time. I am tuned to the frequency of peace and prosperity. Emotional energy is the currency of manifestation. You are always paying for your reality with your emotions. Joy purchases joy. Fear purchases lack. Faith purchases miracles. And gratitude purchases overflow. If you wish to attract money, begin by managing your emotional wealth. Ask yourself, what feeling am I investing today? Because the emotion you hold is the seed of your experience. Hold worry, and you harvest delay. Hold faith, and you harvest abundance. Florence said, "The man who knows the power of the word becomes master of his world." But before your words can master your world, they must master your emotions. The energy behind your words is what shapes creation. When you say, "I am rich," but feel poor, the universe hears confusion. But when you say, "I am rich," and your heart hums with faith, heaven hears certainty and responds immediately. Beloved, do not underestimate the emotional tone you live in. Your vibration is your prayer, your mood is your message, and your peace is your prosperity. Say this now: peace is my new prosperity. Again, peace is my new prosperity. One more time: peace is my new prosperity. You see, wealthy souls are not just rich in money. They are rich in calm. They carry stillness even in motion, trust even in challenge, joy even in uncertainty. That stillness is their magnet. They are not vibrating at fear of loss. They are vibrating at trust in divine order. And divine order never fails. The universe loves consistency. So the more consistently you hold peace, the faster it rearranges your world to match it. You do not need to be perfect, just persistent. Every time you catch a fearful thought and replace it with truth, you shift the field around you. You turn static into signal. You turn resistance into rhythm, and money feels that rhythm and begins to dance its way toward you. Imagine this: your emotions are the climate of your inner world. If you live in storms of worry, nothing grows. But when you live in the sunlight of gratitude, everything flourishes. Money is like a flower. It opens in warmth and closes in cold. It blossoms where it feels nurtured by joy. So start nurturing joy. Be thankful even for small blessings, because gratitude multiplies what it touches. Feel calm when paying bills, because faith pays them twice, once in trust, once in love. Smile when you think of your future, because your joy is already calling it into being. Say this now: my joy attracts abundance. My peace creates wealth. Again, my joy attracts abundance. My peace creates wealth. The energy of emotion is sacred. It is your direct line to the divine. Every calm thought, every grateful sigh, every whispered prayer of trust sends a wave through the invisible, and that wave returns to you as tangible blessings. You are never ignored. You are always mirrored. Life simply reflects your emotional wealth back to you. So today, I invite you to begin a new practice. Before you think of money, think of peace. Before you count what you lack, count what you love. Before you spend, breathe and bless. And before you worry, remind yourself, all that belongs to me comes easily and safely. When you live this way, your emotional energy becomes your signature. Heaven recognizes it. The universe identifies it. Money remembers it. Because peace is the mark of divine ownership. And money obeys peace faster than pressure. Florence said, faith knows it has already received. When you feel that truth in your emotions, your manifestation is complete. You have already received in spirit, and spirit will translate it into form. Say this now: my emotions are at peace. My supply is secure. My wealth is certain. Again, my emotions are at peace. My supply is secure. My wealth is certain. And as you say it, let yourself feel it. Let the emotion of trust fill your body, your aura, your home. Because that feeling, that peace, is the signal money cannot resist. It will travel any distance, cross any barrier, and find its way to the one who radiates calm certainty. You are that one. You are the calm in the storm. You are the peace that prosperity recognizes. You are the emotional magnet for divine supply. From this moment on, let your emotions be rich. Let your energy be restful. Let your faith be felt. Because when peace becomes your emotional currency, money becomes your loyal companion, faithful, generous, and ever-flowing. The mind is the soil of your life. Whatever you plant there, grows. And the subconscious mind, that quiet garden beneath your awareness, never questions the seed. It simply receives, believes, and multiplies it. If you plant fear, it grows weeds of worry. If you plant faith, it grows gardens of miracles. And for most people, the subconscious has been filled with one dominant seed since childhood. It is not safe to have money. They may not say it aloud, but deep within, it whispers. It came from parents who struggled, from teachings that said, money is the root of evil, from moments of loss, from guilt over wanting more. And that belief became a vibration of caution, a warning to the soul: do not get too rich, it might hurt you. But Florence Scovel Shinn said, nothing can hinder you but yourself. The enemy is within your own subconscious mind. That enemy is not evil. It is simply afraid. It learned fear before it learned faith. And your divine work now is to retrain it, to teach your subconscious that it is safe, holy, and right to receive abundance. Say this now: my mind is my friend, and it supports my wealth. Again, my mind is my friend, and it supports my wealth. Every word you speak enters the subconscious like a drop of water on fertile ground. The more you repeat it, the deeper it sinks. The deeper it sinks, the stronger it grows. That is why repetition is not empty. It is sacred. It is how you rewrite old codes with new truth. So begin to speak to your mind as Florence taught, firmly, lovingly, daily. She said, man can only be changed by affirming that he is changed. You cannot beg your subconscious to feel safe. You must command it. You must speak safety until it feels like home. When fear rises, do not fight it. Retrain it. Say to yourself, I hear you, fear, but you are no longer in charge. I choose faith now. This is how healing begins, not through battle, but through teaching. Your subconscious believes whatever it hears the most. So feed it only words that affirm peace, wealth, and worthiness. Feed it words that tell a new story. Say this now: it is safe for me to be wealthy. It is natural for me to prosper. Again, it is safe for me to be wealthy. It is natural for me to prosper. Over time, these words sink so deeply that fear has no room to stay. It melts away, replaced by calm certainty. Imagine your subconscious as a child that has been frightened for too long. It does not need punishment. It needs assurance. Speak softly but with authority. You are safe now. You are loved. You are allowed to have more. When you do this daily, your mind begins to relax. And when your mind relaxes, your energy opens. When your energy opens, your reality shifts. Florence said, "You must train the imagination to see only good." Visualization is the bridge between belief and experience. When you close your eyes and imagine yourself already abundant, already supported, already free, you are not pretending, you are rehearsing truth. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. So whatever image you repeat, it records as fact. That is why visualization is holy. It is prayer in pictures. It is speaking to the invisible with faith that it will listen. Each morning, before you touch your phone, close your eyes and see yourself as wealthy, not chasing money, but calm, generous, radiant. Feel how safe it feels to have more than enough. See yourself paying bills with gratitude, giving freely, saving joyfully. Do this not for control but for comfort. You are teaching your energy that wealth is normal, safe, and sacred. Say this now: I am safe in abundance. My mind rests in wealth. Again, I am safe in abundance. My mind rests in wealth. This is how the subconscious learns, not through pressure, but through repetition, emotion, and imagery. Each affirmation is a new command. Each peaceful thought is a new instruction. And the universe always mirrors the instruction you give to yourself. When you say, "I can't afford this," the subconscious records lack. When you say, "It's coming easily to me," it records flow. When you say, "It's too hard," it records resistance. But when you say, "I am guided and supported in all financial matters," it records divine partnership. And that partnership changes everything. The mind does not respond to panic, it responds to peace. You cannot reprogram with fear, you reprogram with faith. Because faith is not effort, it is expectation. Say this now: I expect good things to happen with money. Again, I expect good things to happen with money. One more time: I expect good things to happen with money. This simple statement rewrites centuries of fear. It tells your subconscious that money is not danger. It is divine supply. It tells your body to relax, your energy to open, your vibration to rise. And when you rise, everything rises with you. Florence said, "You must speak the word before you see the result." That is how faith works. The subconscious needs instruction, not proof. It does not wait to see the miracle. It believes because you said it is done. So speak what you want before it happens, and your mind will follow your words into truth. Speak this daily: I am a clear channel for divine supply. Money comes to me in perfect, peaceful ways. I am safe to receive, safe to keep, and safe to grow my wealth. Every time you say these words, you open another door in your subconscious. Doors that were once locked by fear now unlock with ease. And through those doors, your supply walks in. Reprogramming is not a task, it is a devotion. It is how you prove to yourself that peace is stronger than panic. It is how you become master of your mind instead of its prisoner. It is how you turn limitation into limitless flow. So each day speak safety. Each night visualize peace. Each moment choose faith. And your subconscious will learn, not through struggle, but through repetition of love, that money is safe, that wealth is good, and that receiving is holy. Florence once wrote, "Man must prepare for the thing he has asked for when there isn't the slightest sign of it." That preparation is emotional and mental. It is the inner rehearsal of having what you desire, the quiet confidence that it's already yours. Say this now: I am mentally and spiritually prepared for abundance. Again, I am mentally and spiritually prepared for abundance. who the moment your subconscious believes this, your outer world will begin to prove it. New ideas will come. New people will appear. New opportunities will unfold. Not through striving, but through safety. Because safety is the sound of faith. And faith is the frequency of creation. You are now reprogramming your mind to remember its truth. That it was never unsafe, never unworthy, never separate from supply. It was only waiting for you to speak the new word. I am safe to be blessed. Say it again, with peace, with power, with love. I am safe to be blessed. I am safe to be blessed. I am safe to be blessed. Oh, and as you speak, the old programming fades, the new begins. And the subconscious, once filled with fear, becomes the servant of your faith. It is done. There comes a point on every spiritual journey when you realize, the harder you try, the further it seems to go. You push, plan, and pressure yourself, and yet the doors stay closed. Then one day, in a moment of quiet surrender, you whisper, God, I trust you, and suddenly, everything begins to move. That is the divine flow of allowing, the sacred current that carries your blessings to you without effort, without struggle, without delay. Florence Scovel Shinn said, Infinite Spirit opens the way for my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now in perfect ways. Notice her words, not, let me chase it, not, let me force it, but, let it reach me. Because money, opportunity, and miracles are not things you pursue. They are things you allow. They move through the channel of peace. They flow where resistance ends. Say this now, I am open and willing to receive. Again, I am open and willing to receive. One more time, I am open and willing to receive. The law of allowing is simple, but few understand it. Allowing is not laziness, it is alignment. It means your energy no longer argues with the divine. It means you no longer wrestle with timing, doubt, or fear. It means you trust that everything that belongs to you is already on its way. And your job is to prepare, not to panic. Florence said, faith never argues, it simply knows. To allow is to know. To know that what you have spoken is heard. To know that the universe is already arranging the pieces for your highest good. To know that your request has been answered, and all that's left is to rest in gratitude. When you allow, you stop fighting the flow. You stop checking your progress every hour, asking, where is it? Why isn't it here? You realize that impatience is the language of fear, but peace is the sound of faith. Say this now, I trust divine timing. I rest in divine order. Again, I trust divine timing. I rest in divine order. Beloved, there is a river within you, the river of divine supply. When you stop trying to control it, it begins to carry you. You do not need to swim against it. You do not need to direct it. You only need to float in faith, knowing it knows exactly where to take you. This is the flow of allowing. It is the art of resting while receiving. It is the knowing that every delay is protection, every redirection is guidance, and every waiting period is preparation. You see, the universe cannot pour into a closed vessel. When you are tense, fearful, or doubtful, your energy is clenched. But when you are calm, grateful, and trusting, your energy opens, and the flow begins again. Florence said, before you call, I will answer, and while you are yet speaking, I have heard. That means the supply is already moving toward you. Your only task is to be ready to receive it. Say this now, I no longer chase, I attract through peace. Again, I no longer chase, I attract through peace. The divine flow does not respond to force, it responds to faith. It listens to the one who says, I know it is done. And it passes by the one who says, I hope it happens someday. Because hope waits, but faith receives. Allowing is not waiting, it is welcoming. It is opening your hands and saying, everything I desire is already here in spirit, and I now allow it to appear in perfect form. When you practice allowing, miracles multiply. You begin to see divine fingerprints everywhere, small coincidences, perfect timings, gentle reminders that the universe has never forgotten you. You stop wondering how it will come, and instead start saying, thank you. It's already here. Florence said, gratitude is the law of increase. And that is the secret within the flow. Gratitude opens the current wider. When you thank God for what you have, you signal that you are ready for more. When you thank life for its lessons, you invite blessings that feel lighter, easier, freer. So today, say thank you for every dollar, every opportunity, every lesson that taught you trust. Say thank you even for the seasons of waiting, because waiting built your faith. Say thank you for the unseen hands arranging your supply. Say thank you that your wealth is already complete in the spiritual realm, and now it is only crossing into time. Say this now: thank you, Divine Spirit. I receive with peace and gratitude. Again, thank you, Divine Spirit. I receive with peace and gratitude. When you live in this flow, everything begins to respond differently. Bills that once frightened you will now bless you, because you know you are equipped to handle them. Work that once drained you will now inspire you, because it feels guided, not forced. People that once resisted you will now help you, because they feel your peace. The energy of allowing transforms your outer world, because it transforms your inner world first. You are no longer striving to make things happen. You are letting things happen, and in that letting, you become magnetic. Florence said, "The secret of success is to be in harmony with the law of abundance." Harmony is peace in action. It is when your words, thoughts, and emotions all sing the same note of faith. When there is no contradiction within you, the universe rushes to cooperate with your song. Say this now: I live in harmony with abundance. Again, I live in harmony with abundance. One more time, I live in harmony with abundance. And as you do, breathe. Feel your body relax. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your heart expand. This is what it feels like to allow. Allowing is not weakness, it is mastery. It is saying, I trust the divine plan more than my own timeline. It is remembering that power does not mean pushing. It means presence. The power of allowing is the power of peace. When you stand in peace, everything you've asked for starts to find its way home. Not because you chased it, but because you matched it. Peace is the highest signal of readiness. It tells heaven, I'm done worrying. I'm ready to receive. So let today be your declaration of surrender, not giving up, but giving over. Give your plans to divine wisdom. Give your fear to faith. Give your control to flow, and watch how life begins to deliver exactly what you once thought you had to fight for. Say this now: I live in the flow of divine supply. All that is mine comes easily, safely, and perfectly. Again, I live in the flow of divine supply. All that is mine comes easily, safely, and perfectly. Let that truth settle into your spirit like a gentle river, carrying your wealth toward you now. You are no longer chasing. You are no longer doubting. You are no longer waiting. You are allowing. And in allowing, you are receiving. For the divine flow never fails the one who trusts it. It only waits for the moment you say, I am ready to receive in peace. And that moment, beloved, is now. Now, beloved, take a deep breath. You have heard the truth. You have felt it move through you like light through glass. And now it is time to seal it in your soul, through the spoken decree of faith. For words are not merely sounds, they are commands. They are divine codes sent into the invisible. When spoken with belief, they shape your world. When spoken with peace, they shift your vibration. When spoken with authority, they call heaven into action. Florence Scovel Shinn said, man's word is his wand filled with magic and power. And today, your word becomes the wand that directs the current of wealth. No longer will you plead for abundance. You will command it through love. No longer will you chase. You will attract through faith. No longer will you fear. You will rest in divine safety. Say this now with your whole being. I am safe to receive. I am ready to receive. I am worthy to receive. Again, I am safe to receive. I am ready to receive. I am worthy to receive. Let these words move through every cell, every thought, every memory, until your whole being vibrates in harmony with them. You are safe. You are ready. You are worthy. And because you are all three, money must come. Money has always been energy, responsive, intelligent, obedient to spiritual law. It travels not to the one who works the hardest, but to the one who believes the deepest. It is drawn to the one who has made peace their permanent home. So now decree peace, decree calm, decree harmony between you and all forms of wealth. Say this now. I am one with the divine source of all supply. Money is the servant of my purpose, not the master of my soul. Everything I touch prospers, because peace is upon my hands. Breathe those words in. Let them become your spiritual heartbeat. With each breath, the vibration of abundance grows stronger around you. Now affirms, my aura glows with safety and trust. Money recognizes my peace and flows to me easily. I attract only what blesses me and blesses others. Florence said, nothing stands between man and his highest good but fear. And you, beloved, have chosen to release fear. You have chosen to stand in the light of divine certainty. You have chosen to make peace your prosperity plan. You have learned that money is not earned first. It is allowed. That wealth is not chased. It is welcomed. That faith is not effort. It is ease. And that when you feel safe, supply arrives. So now we give thanks. Gratitude is the final key that turns the lock. Gratitude says, I already have it in spirit. And spirit says, then it shall be done in form. Say this now. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for my perfect supply. Thank you for the unseen abundance already on its way. Thank you that I am safe, supported, and sustained. Feel the power in those words. Gratitude changes your frequency faster than anything else. Because gratitude is faith celebrated. It is the vibration of already done. Now, place your hand over your heart and repeat softly. I am at peace with money. I am at peace with wealth. I am at peace with life. Your peace is your proof that the work is finished. The spiritual law says, what you feel is done is done. You do not need to ask again, you only need to stay aligned. Because when you rest, God works. When you trust, the universe moves. When you release, the flow begins. So now stand in the vibration of peace. Stand as one who already has. See yourself surrounded by light, golden, warm, radiant. That light is your aura of safety. That light is your divine shield of abundance. That light says to the universe, this soul is ready. This vessel is open. Let the blessings flow. And they will flow easily, perfectly, under grace. Money will come in unexpected ways. Doors will open without effort. Help will arrive before you call. Ideas will surface that lead to increase. Because you are now aligned with the divine flow. You have trained your emotions to trust. You have healed the fear of receiving. You have reprogrammed your mind for safety. And you have entered the river of allowing, where wealth moves naturally, without struggle, without strain. Say this now. I live in divine flow. I receive with ease. I am safe. I am blessed. I am abundant. Money loves me, and I love money in perfect balance. Feel the serenity in that statement. No greed, no guilt, no grasping. Only harmony. This is the energy that creates miracles. This is the vibration that shifts lifetimes. Florence said, there is a supply for every demand. That means there is already a perfect amount of money prepared for you, waiting to reach you through perfect channels. You do not have to look for it, it is looking for you. You do not have to chase it, it is tracing your vibration. So your only work now is to stay in peace. Peace is the magnet. Peace is the proof. Peace is the prayer that never fails. Say this now 3 times, as your final decree. I am safe to be wealthy. I am safe to receive money now. I am safe to live in overflow. Again, I am safe to be wealthy. I am safe to receive money now. I am safe to live in overflow. One final time with complete conviction. I am safe to be wealthy. I am safe to receive money now. I am safe to live in overflow. Let those words echo through your being. They are not promises, they are activations. They are the new vibration of your life. They are the spiritual contract you just signed with abundance. And now, beloved, it is done. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now the energy is complete. The door is open. The law has been fulfilled. You have become the safe home money has been seeking. You have become the peace that attracts prosperity. You have become the faith that commands miracles. And from this moment forward, money will flow to you naturally. Because you no longer resist it, you radiate it. You no longer chase it, you embody it. You no longer fear it, you bless it. Say it one last time as your eternal seal. All that belongs to me by divine right flows to me now. Under grace, in perfect ways, it is done, it is finished, and it is yours.